Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Texas Brat, number one tonight. Good evening, PG. Much love to you, girl. Much love to you. Oh, Deborah Ann, how you doing tonight, sweetie? She says, hell, PG, much love. Hell, back to you, girl. I have picture. That picture kind of creepy, girl. That picture kind of creepy, right? How you doing, Steph? He says, "Hey, y'all. Hey, back to you, hon." Oh, that is so sweet, Deborah Ann. She says, "I'm PGOA, YouTube. Everyone coming in, please hit that like button. Support this channel. Amen. Absolutely. When you hit that like button, you're supporting all these missing children. So give it a thumbs up." Hello, Pam. How are you doing tonight? Steph was number 3. Um, she says, "Good afternoon, PG. I hope you are well, beautiful lady. Much love and prayers." Amen, girl. Doing good, but thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well as well. God bless. Strawberry Monkeys says, "Hello, PG and everyone. Much love. Much love. Prayers. Purple heart for summer. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that. I noticed Pam had a purple heart too. Absolutely. I like seeing those purple hearts for summer. God bless. Hey, Flip Flop, how you doing tonight, sweetie? He says, hey to you. Desires of the Heart says, hey, PG. Hey, back to you. How you doing tonight? Hillbilly 29, how you doing, sweetie? He says, hello, PG. And chat, much love. Much love back to you, girl. Much love back to you. How you doing, D? She says, hello, everyone. Hello to you, girl. I'm trying to see if I'm missing people. I know I will, but hey, Patty Ponytail, there you are, girl. PG Mods Champ, much love to you. There's Dirtmouth. Hi, PG and family. Much love to you all. Girl, you got them purple hearts going on. Amen. Praise God. Wisconsin Mama. She says, hello, PG and family. Much love. Much love to you, girl. You must not have. You must not got your Wheaties this morning. You wasn't first in here today. That cracked me up. Wisconsin Mama loves it when she's first one in. God bless. Oh, and Nanny Two Boys says, hey, everyone, everybody, peace, love, prayers. God bless. Same back and return to you. Same back. Hello, the mayor. Says, hello, PG. Much love. Much love, mayor. How you doing, Kathy? She says, stopping by to say hi. Hello. We hope you stay, girl. Hang out with us. Pam O'Connor. I am doing great, PG. God bless. Hello, Rhonda. How you doing tonight, sweetie? Much love. Purple Hearts prayers. Amen. Oh, that is so sweet, Justice. That is so sweet. Prayers, justice for Summer and baby Quinton. Absolutely. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. I so appreciate that. God bless. Ruby Rainmaker. Hello, PG from Canada. Hey, girl. God bless. She's way up there in Canada, right? She's up there with Cher. Deputy Sheriff, tell Billie Jo she better quit playing and let me take a ride on that gnarly Harley. Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like Billie Jo. It sounds like she's trying to seek some friends. I don't know. You gotta be some kind of person though, I think, for her to be your friend. You gotta be like Cher, right? Weird. Summer moon, Utah whales, purple hearts, many, many prayers, much love, prayers. Absolutely. God bless. Yeah, Justice, shut up, Cher. Shut up, Cher. Absolutely. She needs to shut the fuck up, right? She seriously needs to just shut the hell up. She fucked Summer's case up so bad. I mean, like, unbelievably screwed that case up to the fullest, right? Absolutely to the fullest. I mean, if we had any hope, that bitch destroyed it all, right? And now she's on Quinton, and she's sitting there like, um, telling Billie Jo, "Oh yeah," pulling up every one of Billie Jo's comments, right, and saying, "Yeah, sometime we might be able to put out our conversation so people will be able to hear our conversations." Like, Cher, you are the fucking prime example of special ed. That's what you are. And that allows me to know Leilani's and Billie Jo mentality level, which is fucking below even special ed. So you all, um, Billie Jo and Leilani, they do not even know. They don't even know what they're into, right? I'm going to tell you something. These people right here, they're not about. They're not even about to fuck with Cher, right? This is Danny's family. This is Danny's family that I'm showing you guys right now. This is Danny's mother, dad. As you see, Leilani and them. This is Danny sitting on a sofa with his mom. And this is the grandbaby, the little girl, the grandbaby. And these people are way smarter, Cher, than ever fuck with you. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe they are not about to mess with you, especially when you sit there and uh, jumped on the babysitter, right? You already attacked the poor babysitter, which I have my suspicions. I mean, I don't leave no rocks unturned, right? Especially when they were saying she had a. I mean, why did Billie Jo and them lie and say this babysitter had a keys and I mean, they were setting her up, like seriously setting her up to be attacked for something she absolutely did not do. And I'm going to tell you, if somebody's evil enough, if a human is evil enough to cast, to cast that type of suspicion upon a totally 100% innocent person that they know, that they deep down in their fucking mind, body, and soul know is innocent, but they still do it the way that this family has done it, that to the babysitter, I understand fully why they're, over at the hell cell, right? With the fucking Grim Reaper, right? And his witch ass wife. Absolutely. I totally and utterly understand that. Um it's crazy. It's absolutely insane to, to be that evil, if you ask me. I mean, I can be pretty fucking mean, but not that damn mean, right? Not that damn mean. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. I mean, if, and not only that, but, Billie Jo's got to live there, and that babysitter's going to, every time that babysitter sees her, she's going to know what kind of bitch they were, right? That babysitter, every time she comes out her door and sees them, she's going to, Billie Jo, from my understanding, nobody in that area even wants them there anymore. It's their own people actually protesting them right now. I mean, you got like maybe 2 or 3 outsiders at this point right here. 2 or 3 outsiders up there protesting, but everybody else is from that community. These are the people living inside these houses right there around them, right? And that's crazy. So I think Billie Jo and her old man, they probably they're not going to be comfortable in that area no ever again, right? Because before people didn't overly care about them, and I can see exactly why. I don't have a problem understanding why they're disliked. Like I said, that's the type of people. That's the type of people that think they should be treated with the utmost respect when they're visiting someone else, but make someone else feel like, why the hell did I even come here when they get there, right, to their home? They're not welcoming people, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, happy Halloween summer. Amen. Absolutely. Is everybody getting ready for trick or treat? I know Jody Sue is. There you go. Jody Sue's giving away fruit if anybody like to get some. Right, Jody Sue? You already sitting outside. People live here. She trying to pull y'all in. There you go. There you go. There you go. Trick or treat. Jody Sue. Yeah. Jody Sue gonna give everybody some rotten ass fruit for Halloween, right? That's what you doing. You giving everybody some rotten fruit. Yeah. That's like you freaking ooh, right? It's one of them places you'd have to drag your kid, right? I don't want to go. Come on, I don't want to go. The kid's sitting on the ground and shit. You have to pull it, try to pick it up. That's when that's when the kids are like little animals, right? They got that sensor going on. They if they sit down anyone that goes up to a house, man, you might as well just keep going. I wasn't supposed to go there, right? That's some funny shit. It cracked me up. Yeah, it's just people live here. Jody Sue. Jody Sue was pipe on lamb hair. She's like, come and get it. Come on and get it. Free fruit, y'all. Bitch, keep your banana. Right? Keep that banana. Oh, damn. Ain't nobody want that shit. Oh, dang. That is hilarious. Jody Sue, what will you do? Jody Sue cracks me up. Hey, Molly, I so appreciate that super sticker. Amen. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Absolutely. I thought I passed up something else accidentally. Oh, I did. Sissy, I so appreciate that, sweetheart. Yeah, $5 super sticker. Amen. God bless. I so appreciate that, sweetie. I really do. I thank you for I thank both of you guys for supporting this channel, supporting Little Summer. I really do. God bless. God bless Sissy and Molly. Amen. Yeah. Yeah, where's the flying monkeys? Where's those flying monkeys? Oh shit, Jody's suing her rocking chair. Cracks me up, right? She said, I think I just passed that house. But the other mom said, I think I just passed that house. Yeah, I never take anything from Jody Sue Brown. Don't get no bananas. Keep your bananas, please. Oh, crap. I'm sorry about that. One of my kids wanted to know something. Anyway, yeah. And Mayor, I wanted to thank you for 9 months. The mayor's been a member for 9 months, everybody. Yes. I give him a hand. God bless. God bless. 9 months strong, supporting these missing children. God bless. Absolutely. I so appreciate that. I absolutely do. Um, Hey, how you doing tonight? Always L8. Hey everyone. Hello PG. Much love back to you, girl. Much love back to you. God bless. Um, well, I heard that they didn't get them back. I have heard that. I heard it that they did not they didn't there you know, I mean, there's no talking the boys returning anytime soon. That's that's what I've heard. It was basically one of those run you around the bush court dates, right? One of those um run you around the bush. Uh, because you're dealing with a missing child. I mean, you know, and that's common sense because um you know, the boys were took because their sister came up missing, and the prime suspects is pretty much the parents, right? Well, not Don because he's at work, but Candace and Grandis, the two people that were there. And Candace messed up the worst when she said she just put Summer in a house. I mean, like, to put her inside the home, and she supposedly comes up missing. No, that isn't going to work. I mean, that's what everybody says that, I mean, it's like, oh, the door was open, my child was in the house, the door was open. Always some fucking open door or something, right? But Candace also messed up when she said she don't remember if the back door, the basement door was open or not. And right away, law enforcement knew the reason she didn't know is because um, she didn't know because she didn't check it. She didn't check it, right? So of course she's not going to know. Remember, um, I'm going to tell you, if your child, if your child goes missing, you're going to remember if that fucking door was open or locked. I mean, you're going to remember that because see, that's the one thing you're focused on. You're focused on did that child go out that door, right? So immediately what you're going to do is see if the door is open or not open, right? I mean, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for an open door, an open window. How did the kid get out? So you're going to remember if something was open. That's not going to ever leave your mind, you know. So that's where, a lot of this and I do hear that get from what some higher ups in Tennessee are saying is, you know, they are going to be prosecuting the Wells case. Absolutely. Um, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they are getting things together. They are going to prosecute. You do not have to have a body, nor do you have to have a weapon to prosecute. All you have to have is enough circumstantial evidence, you know, leading up to this is the main scenario of, what happened. And seeing that they, like like right away, it abduction was off the table, right? Like right away, abduction was gone. Um, you know, the sheriff said, absolutely not, in so many words. And then wandering off, but Don and Candace, they threw the monkey wrench in that one, right? By saying absolutely not, she wouldn't do this. You're wasting your time to get them off the property and everything. And they knew that, that's what Don and Candace wanted was no one to be up there. And also if they know she didn't wander off, then they obviously knew what happened to her. You can't tell somebody, what I'm saying, if you really do have a missing child, you can't say what the fuck happened. Everything's on the table, right? Everything. Absolutely everything. I mean, how many times have people called the police and their kids found down around the corner? It just walked off, right? It actually wandered off. Now you didn't think it would, but it did. And you know, so for a parent to say, sit there and say, I feel really sorry for all these people, going through all of this that, I can tell them she wasn't there. Well, um, then why, if you can tell them she wasn't there, then you must be able to tell them where she is, right? Because I couldn't tell them she wasn't there. I mean, if I was, if I would have been there that day and a child honestly came up missing, I couldn't tell them. I mean, that she wasn't there because that's where I'd be looking too. That's the first thing I'm going to think is the kids, wandered off, right? Um, that's what I'm gonna be praying for anyway. And for them to sit there and say, "Oh no, she didn't do that," um, they fucked themselves. You know, from the get, they pretty much told law enforcement, you know, whatever happened, they done it. and leaving law enforcement to figure out what the hell they done, right? So that's where it's at right now. And it seems like law enforcement has some pretty solid stuff. Maybe they just got some more information. I don't know, but I do know that the higher up, I mean, the people above um, Hawkins County law enforcement is basically saying that the prosecution is coming for summer. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that's what I'm hearing. That's what maybe Ronnie Lawson got so much pressure on him from what his son did and everything that, um, he's going to put pressure on this case now. And, so hey, if that's what it took to get this case solved, God bless, right? God bless. You let the police in your house to look. My son was late coming home, and I called the police. The police came and looked in my home first before looking for him. He ended up with a flat tire. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes, law enforcement, I mean, they don't search your house. I mean, if you call over your child, a lot of times, they come and they'll come in the house, but they don't search the house. They go back out, make a report. It depends on the scenario. It depends on, how good the police are. Um, you know, if you got good cops, if you got really good cops, they'll say, they will they will say, um, when's the last time you seen the child? Can we see the child's bedroom? Can we go look at the child's bedroom? That allows them. Maybe a cop will say, "Do you mind me using the bathroom?" So that they can, they go in, they look in the medicine cabinets, they look, what I'm saying is they do their job. Um, maybe sometimes in a little bit of a sneaky way, but hey, they get it done, and those are good cops. Uh, s- some of them barely step in the house. Some of them take a report in the yard and don't even go in the house, right? Um, that's why I said, we got to get the laws changed where it's handled. There's standard procedures from the as soon as the 911 call comes in, there's a standard procedure, and that means roping the house off, um, and it immediately becomes a crime scene until the child is found. That means that they go in, they go through the home, they go through the cars, they go through everything there while other cops are searching the streets or, doing other things. When I'm, we've got to get it to where, you know, we have to get it to where it's safer for children today. I think that, I think there should be a law that if you have children, you can't smoke in your car, right? If you got kids in the car, now they have a law where if, you can't smoke around your children. Um, so, no texting driving, right? You ain't supposed to talk on a cell phone and drive. There's laws against all of this. Why? Because it kills people, right? People end up dead, a lot of accidents and stuff because of it. So they made it into law that you're not allowed to do it. Okay. Um, somebody has to push for those laws. Somebody has to push for these laws. So, we need to push for a law that possibly if you have children 18 or under in the house, you have to have security outside, meaning security camera systems and a camera system within the house, right? They can't, I mean, and the law enforcement don't access it, but if needed, they can, right? That maybe that will, because if the Wells had if the Wells would have had a surveillance system inside and outside the home, like they do now, they do, right? Um, but if they would have had those cameras before, then law enforcement wouldn't have to ask nobody no questions. They would have had all the answers, right? They'd have had the answers what happened to Summer that day. They would have knew. Absolutely knew what happened to her. And I'm not talking about, trail cams and shit like that. It should be law for the safety of these children. It should be law that you have to have a system that is, hooked up to, the to your phone, that you can, that alerts you, and because that's the only kind of system law enforcement can go back on at an alarm company and pull the records if something happens and get the footage that they need. So, yeah. And, and the law should be, if something like in Summer's case, that alarm system has to, the provider for that system has to cooperate with the law. They have to give up the footage of that day, just like, stores and stuff do. You know, yeah, I heard that Jody Sue Brown does have an SD card. Um, I from Andy's mouth. Andy tried to say that, Jody Sue had all the surveillance from that day. She did have Mr. Dobbs and his dog on video, right? We seen it. I popped it up. She did have Mr. Dobbs and his dog out there on video the day Summer, or the day before, the 14th. With 14th when Dobbs was up there. And that's the only time Dobbs was there. He wasn't ever there before. That was the first and only time that man was there. And she had surveillance of him and his dog out there on the road walking. So if she has surveillance of him on the 14th, then what the hell happened to the surveillance on the 15th, right? What happened to their surveillance the day Summer came up missing? All of a sudden she don't have anything on the 15th, right? And Jody Sue has kept her nose so close to the grindstone. I mean, she's Pinocchio, right? She lies a fucking minute. And but her nose is so close to this case, the grindstone, that it keeps that nose shaved down, right? So she still looks fucking normal instead of like Pinocchio, right? But the point being is, is nobody gets in a case and stays closer to it than the parents, unless they might have a dog in that race. And as I said, and I will continue to say, you know, with everything Jody Sue has said over the course of our almost 17 months Summer's missing, 17 months as of the 15th of November. She'll be missing 17 months. And that's heartbreaking, ain't it? Heartbreaking. But the point being is, Jody Sue has stuck in there 17 months. Matter of fact, tonight she was, she was going fucking mayhem, right? With her 5 people or whatever she's got there, that can stand to actually listen to the dumb bitch. But, and she carried on about, I don't even fucking know what. This chick is way out in the wind. She's way out there. I mean, good fucking luck if you could listen to that. But she gives me like, I'm like, oh God. You just want to go through the screen and get her, right? But anyhow, um, over the course of 17 months, she first came out with, fresh babies, fresh babies. Yeah. Um, what the fuck? Uh, Jody Sue. That's disgusting. You sound like, a cannibal, whether you are or not. You actually sound like one. I just want you to know that's nasty. And two, yeah, does Hannibal Lecter come into mind? He does for me. Might be her brother, I don't know, but or close relative, right? And anyway, after that, she started talking about how evil she is, right? And what she would do to a child if it was like not hers for sure, what she would do. And then, you know, and to her own child, if, something was wrong with it, like, special needs or something. I'm like, whoa, this bitch is evil. But anyway, and then she comes out after all of this, showing her true fangs, right? Fucking snake. Um, she comes out and says, about something about they were trying to call about Andy hauling Summer's body off. And I'm like, what? What the hell you mean hauling? And then she comes out with, Andy attacking, screaming and going insane at the house, right, on her and her daughter, which then her daughter came out and said, no, it was me and Bubs, my brother, more my brother than the daughter, right? Telling them, more. The little girl was saying he was talking more to Bubs than anybody, and saying, he's the last one that sees Summer's dead body, right? And it sounds like he was basically telling Bubs, you son of a bitch, I'm the last one that had to see this little girl's body because of you and and cleaning your mess up or something, right? I mean, that's what this my opinion, speculation, my opinion, but that's what I got out of that conversation, if you ask me. So I don't know. I don't know, but that's from her mouth, the way she talked. And then, no more than after that, her boy was up there getting chased, right? Back to her. And people said he did come out of some wooded area during the search or something. Um, a lot of suspicious shit going on is what I'm trying to say. A lot of suspicious stuff going on with Jody Sue and her family, and the way, she stayed closer to this case than Don and Candace ever have. And still, still got her ass in it, right? To the fullest. Yeah, Jody Sue. You definitely seem like you got a dog in this race for sure, to me. And then sending her boy off to the military. um I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like, and she talks about Andy, and she'll talk about her daughter, and she'll talk about, hell, she'll talk about her family, right? She'll talk about her family. She'll talk about Andy's mom and Andy's dad and that family up there, and she'll talk about all the land and everything, but she don't talk about that boy, Bugs, or whatever the hell they call him. Um, she don't want it, she has tried to keep him shut down and the hell out of all of this from day one. From day one. And I'm telling you, that boy's got a face only a mother could love. And that tells me he don't get too many dates, and if possibility he could have done something that he shouldn't have been doing, right? I don't know. I mean, you know, that's just where I'm coming from with it all. You know, I mean, you got to take an overall observation of it, right? And that's just my observation of the whole thing when it comes to Jody Sue and her boy. You know, it's creepy. It's creepy. And she's always trying to, she's always trying, and now she's just trying to backtrack like hell after saying that, ask Andy why he goes over there and sells drugs to them children. And Candace stuff to sedate little girls so that they can be, you know, essayed, and and not just Summer. So that means Summer was included in that drugging and essaying, right? And she did say that. And Jody Sue, you know, um, was one of your, you know, this boy that you ain't wanting to talk about. Was he one of them that was, we heard he was over there in a pool with her just a couple weeks before she came up missing, you know? And Fred Hill creeping around because Fred Hill's the one that caught him up there in the pool with Summer, right? And and kind of pissed because his old ass had to climb the hill before he got the spot, Jody Sue's son already there, and he had dirty minded things on his mind because he thought that Jody Sue's son had it on his mind as well. So that means, we know what kind of mind that Dirty Fred had. And I mean, these people, a child just did not seem to be safe in the presence of these fucking weirdos, right? Absolutely not. Could Candace and Grandis have been doing something without Donald knowing? Because Candace was Candace was complaining that Donald didn't give her enough money, right? That Donald didn't give her enough money, and that he made her go to work to make money if she wanted money, and maybe would she do something like that without him knowing? While during work hours, because he didn't get home till, you know, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening most of the time. Sometimes later, and then you heard Dudley say sometimes he would actually not even go home. He'd stay at the job site. So could she have been, could she have been allowing people to come around and do something like that with her children? And Jody and Sue and Andy had full knowledge of it because they were giving her the stuff to sedate these children to get it done. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is, we got a missing little girl, and something happened to her, damn it, because she's not no longer with us, right? Something happened to her. And I think, and law enforcement's job is to figure out what that damn something was, right? Law enforcement is supposed to be figuring out what that something is. And, and Jody Sue, I talked to law enforcement about Jody Sue. I did. And Jody Sue, you're a lying bitch. And law enforcement, they really, you know, the law. You know the law, and you know that they can't do nothing. They can't do anything about your fucking lying. They can question you and stuff, but they can't do anything about your lying, and you know that. So when you get there, you say all of this shit, and when they get there to question you, what you've been telling them is that there's no law against lying. That's what you've been telling them. I can lie if I want to. Ain't no damn law against lying to anyone. So, I pretty much know. So you try to retract everything with them as well when they get there to question you. You tell them that it's all bullshit. That's to my understanding. This is what you've been doing. Um, I don't know, I have no idea um what Don's doing. I do know he got out of jail today. And for some reason they said he was bonded out. Right here, bonded out. And maybe that's just how they put, they put it when they release him. I have no idea. I thought that, he would have been released time served. But you know, that's the Hockin County Sheriff's Office, and yeah, and so I don't know. I have no idea about that. I just know that yes, he did get, he got the cage door open today and flew like a bird right on up out of it. So back over to 110 Ben Hill Road, where he's probably, lit a fire pretty quickly in that cold ass castle of his, right? A man's house is his castle. Um, trying to keep warm for the rest of the day. So I'd say that's a given. I know he did not get another charge. That's bullshit. No, that's not truth. He does not got another charge. Absolutely not. He's out. He's free. Candace can no longer, she can no longer threaten him with the law anymore. Um, you know, and he'll be able to, you know, he'll be able to tell her where and how fast she can get gone if she don't fucking like it around there anymore. She won't rule the roost from now on. He'll rule the roost because, his time served. And there's, nothing she's got over his head anymore. If anything, he's got everything over her head because his daughter disappeared on her watch, not his. So there you go. And and he's also fully aware that, she was trying to get him in jail early for Benny Keys to get up there. And then once, and singing songs for Benny Keys out here on, YouTube, and, getting all weird and shit with Benny, right? And Benny refused, like, hell no, I ain't, fuck that. He ain't into that shit. And then, she took up with Ernie, and we all seen the pictures of her and Ernie together, right? We seen the photos of her and Ernie snuggled up together, so, and I'm sure Don's seen them as well. And if he hasn't, I'm sure his sister, somebody's got him waiting on his Facebook for him to indulge in them, so I don't think it's going to go well for Candace. I don't think it's going to go well for Candace at all, where Don's concerned right now. I mean, the guy's just did almost a damn year in jail. He's totally and 100% clear-minded and sober as hell, right? He ain't all fucked up or looking to be fucked up, unlike he was when she was controlling everything and control. I mean, he's not no longer in that state of mind. He's in his right mind, and he's had plenty of time to think, right, about um, about how fucked up Candace has made his life now. He has nothing. He has no children anymore. He has no job right now. I mean, I'm sure Tucker's Drywall is going to take him back, but I mean, when he got released today, he had nothing. Candace destroyed everything he had by, you know, by being needy and hanging around with the dirty, low-life type of people she was hanging with, right? The alleys and and homeless people, picking them up and taking them to his house, and God only knows who else. And I hear that Fred Hill was going over there when Don wasn't there, and Jody Sue's son's over there, with his daughter unattended, splashing around the swimming pool. Candace wasn't keeping an eye on his children whatsoever. All of these things were happening. I'm sure Don had no idea what Candace was allowing to you know, go down all the time when he wasn't around. So, and like I said, um, but he's had plenty of time to think about, and I'm sure his sister has clearly reminded Donald of the fact that, he can get his sons back if he stays clean. And because he does not have a record of a pedophile. That's not true. There's no record nowhere that's stopping him from getting his boys back. Child Protective Services said he had to have a proper home. I mean, what I'm saying is he can boot Candace right off the hill, get a nanny to watch his boys while he works. The house is all, finish up his home over the next few weeks. Get himself a lawyer, and he could, get a nanny come in to watch his kids. As long as he's got a babysitter for the children while he works, he could probably get custody of his 3 boys and get his family back together. They're not going to give them back to him. I think Candace is the one stopping the boys from coming home because she's a slush and an alcoholic, and they will not give the boys back as long as she's drinking. Until you can piss 100% clean for a long amount of time, they will not release the children back into your custody. And Candace has not ever been able to pass the drug test with the goody good and the liquor. So, she can't do that. But Don's got an advantage over her now because he can, right? He can if he stays clean. And he can get his children back if he really tries. I mean, he could fight the fact that he was at work that day. He has no idea what happened to his daughter. The woman that does is gone. He's kicked her off the hill, and he wants his children back. He can possibly get his boys back if he wanted them. So, I mean, all ain't lost if he fights. Yeah, he did. He stood by Candace. Yes, he did. He stood, and she has made a fool of herself and him while their daughter is most likely dead and the boys are in protective custody. Absolutely. I totally and utterly agree with you, girl. Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. And you are absolutely right. And you know something, but this almost a year in jail with, he's had time to think about it, and he may not be willing to protect her ass no more, right? I don't know. I don't know how the wind's going to blow on this one, but he may freaking say, I'm not doing this shit with you no more. No more. You got to go. Get the fuck out of here. Don might straighten up. He might get a nanny for his boys. He might end up meeting somebody else that, will take care of his children, and leave Candace in the dust. She absolutely destroyed his life. She wasn't even trying to fight to get the boys back many times when he was. He was trying to get them back. He wanted his children back. She's the one that, you know, me and you, baby. No, no, no. It's not about them. Let them go. Let them go. I mean, she doesn't care about them children, and he does. So he should follow his heart, right? He should follow his heart, get his kids back, do what he needs to do. That's what I think. I mean, that's what, sure in the hell be what I would be doing. I tossed that fucking slush of a mother off the hill and get my family back together, because family's everything. Family's everything, right? Candace is nothing. She's a problem. I mean, she's only on Donald. She's only with him and on him for basically his money, to be truthful. His money. I mean, look how she went after Benny. What I'm saying is, if what I'm trying to say is, she would have been in Texas living in Benny's own garage if he'd have had her, right? Not even thinking about Donald anymore. Donald better take that into damn consideration. She would have, she told Ernie she wanted to go fishing in the dark naked, right? What the hell's that about? I mean, I think there's a song, something about let's go fishing in the dark, right? This bitch was serious. I mean, she was literally wanting to do it. And, and with Ernie and his mental issues, he's like, oh, hell no. Bitch, you ain't get me nowhere in the dark naked. He thinks people might eat him or something. And, she might, who knows? Who knows? I mean, it don't sound like she wanted to talk to me, that ain't about no talking, right? I mean, what I'm saying is, he could have had a microphone in his hair, right? He could have had one in his hair. He could have had one in his ass crack. Just because you butt naked don't mean you ain't wired, right? So it sounded to me like, she was wanting a little more than talking in the dark. Ernie's like, hell no. I want to know where Summer's at, but I ain't not that bad, right? Hell no. And Benny, he just like, that poor guy, I think he had to see a psychologist after going up there the first time, Fuck, going up there again. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what it was. Just you and me go fishing in the dark. It is. I promise you. I heard that song a few times. It's like, damn, Candace, man. When it comes to drinking and doing drugs, they are both are guilty. Don has had almost a whole year to get sober. I just hate to see him fall back into it again. If he falls back into it again, that's his problem. Nobody else's, because right now, he right now is, his body's done withdrawal from everything. It's like he has no addictions whatsoever. I mean, it's like he's like a schoolboy just getting offered or introduced to the bad life, right? Again. And he can say no, right? He's like that person hasn't ever been on drugs or alcohol, to where he can just, all he needs now is the willpower. All he needs now is to say no, right? Pass it up. Being free out here and having access to it, doesn't mean you have to get it. You have to pick it up, get it, or be doing it. He's got to show himself that he can do this, right? He's got to show himself. I mean, what I'm saying is, if he was willing to do anything to get it, then he's got the willpower to do anything to keep from getting it now. right? It's just a reverse psychology, right? Now he's got to fight in the other direction. And hell, it's a lot easier to fight in the other direction and have a pocket full of money than it is to go back, you know, fighting in the other direction and staying fucking broke. You know, that jail, God blessed him putting him in that jail and drying his ass out. He better see that blessing and move forward with it, right? That's what I'm talking about. I think she was doing H because that video we showed, H looked like he was zipping up his pants that day. I don't know if something happened, that H knows about. I think H knew that, that these people were messing with children. I think he's one of the children that got took advantage of. And I think that might be what he's trying to come out and tell everybody, that yes, that shit was going on under Candace's watch. I don't know if Dawn knew about it or not, but I think H is wanting to tell. He's got something he's wanting to tell, right? And another thing, let's count the people like Jerry and Jose and Leslie and a few others. I mean, there's a lot of people been just all of a sudden stopped breathing, right? For no fucking reason. Like, I mean, this ain't natural causes, right? These people are just fighting the dust out of the fucking blue. And that's like a big red flag right there, right? Sounds like somebody wants to keep something shut up, right? And so you got to take that in consideration as well. And yeah, she does. She actually dyed her hair red. Yes. Yes. She tried to disguise herself, and all she looked like was a fucking Easter egg, right? She ended up looking like an Easter egg. Maybe she thought somebody else was attracted to redheads and she went red. Who knows? I'm not sure what Candace's malfunctions are, but she sure in the hell got a lot of them. He may have been getting deliveries in jail from Lawson too. No. I'm gonna tell you, Ronnie Lawson does not like the Wells whatsoever. And he wouldn't give the Wells any special treatment. Period. Trust me. If Ronnie Lawson, if there's something in this that Ronnie Lawson is protecting, it is the Bernards. He has Bernards in his family. Bernards are in the law enforcement as well. They are affiliated with law enforcement as well down there. And if there's any favors being done to keep something safe and hushed, it has nothing to do with the Wells. It's all, what I'm saying is, if you took down the Wells and that would take down the Bernards, then yeah, Ronnie would probably be protecting the Wells protecting the Wells in some aspect, but be due as a favor to keep the Bernards out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to protect them. He wants to take them down, but if it's going to lead to other people he don't want taken down for some reason, then there you go. There you go. No, Dom Wells' dad, or not dad, but stepdad. The last guy Dom Wells' mother was married to was a goat, and the goats are somehow related to the Lawsons. but not Donald. It was Donald's stepdad who was related to the Lawsons and all of them. And the stepdad was, truly um, bloodline of those people that own that land up there. Donald's mother, which was an outsider, coming, married into that to that community. She was an outsider, married into that community, and to Mr. Goat, and she was highly respected because she was married to Mr. Goat. But um, you know, Donald and them, Donald and Candace and them was nothing to Mr. Goats at all. Donald's connection was only with his mom up there. Candace had no connections at all, period. And so that's how all of that rain washed down the hill. Yeah, it is. It is. And I think, you know, and Jody Sue made this statement, um, the key to all of this lies with the dogs, right? Um, so I mean, this could be a lot deeper and a lot more, evil than we want to believe, right? Absolutely. Um, wow. Um, the Powerball is up to $1 billion. I bought a ticket and now it's up to $1,002,000,000. There you go, Wisconsin Mama. Amen, right? Amen. Yeah, Karen, I know that. I heard that too. Absolutely. That Heidi married a Lawson. Yes, I heard that. And that could be possible because, Don and his sisters were there a lot, right? And well, his sisters were actually raised by the mom forever, right? Their dad didn't really raise them at all because they couldn't stand to be there with Mary's family taking it all over, right? I mean, Don was a little more Don was a little more, you know, a little more had more willpower to be with his dad, right? He basically wasn't gonna let them keep him from being with his dad, right? And but they pretty much chased the sisters off, right? The sisters couldn't stand it there. So, and they were, but Don's, sisters had to go through a lot of hell with the stepfathers because they couldn't be with their dad due to Mary's and her family's, you know, shenanigans, right? I mean, that family just went in and tried to take over, like Mary now, um, you know, she acts like, Don has no rights or sisters to their father. Like, we came in here and we took your dad, and that's just the way it is, you know. You don't have a dad anymore. You know, what are you thinking? I know, Mary, I don't think that's how it works, right? That is not how it works. You have a biological father. You have your own biological father. Donald's dad is his biological father. Donald has him and his sisters have every right to be with their dad, around their dad, to care and worry about their dad. I mean, and Mary has, you know, she's been trying to off his dad for 16, almost 17 months as well, right? I mean, right when after Summer came up missing, she's like, you know, his dad's really ill and this and this. And then when I seen Donald stopped in at his dad's house when they went, you know, came from California, right? To Dr. Phil's. Him and Candace stopped there to see, in Utah, to see his parents and stuff. And um his dad looked good to me. I mean, the man was up walking around talking with Donald, you know, and seemed to, you know, be normal to me. And then, you know, no more than Donald and them flew back to Tennessee. You know, Mary's back out talking about how, you know, and I mean, I don't know how many times she's buried this man, Donald's dad. But you know, it seems more like a wish to her than, you know, she's wanting her mom to outlive Donald's dad. That's what she wants. That's what she wants. Because if she thinks if her mom outlives Donald's dad, then it won't be nothing for them to take everything that Donald's dad worked his ass off all them years to accumulate, right? Not that they haven't, you know, profited off of everything the man has made over the years anyway, but they want to get the finishing touches as well, right? I think that's kind of fucked up. How about this, Mary? Go make your fucking own, right? Go make your own. You don't sit around waiting for people to die so you can get their shit. That's fucking disgusting. That's disgusting as hell. Low life and fucking disgusting. You know, that's just not normal. That is not normal. Does he have Alzheimer's or selective memory? I think he has selective memory. I think he don't want to remember them people. Really, to be honest with you. And, you know, he don't. I tell you what, he's smart enough to know he don't want them in the fucking house, right? And he's told his wife that he don't want them there. And Mary's all upset because, you know, they're not welcome there. Um, you know, the way they, you know, came out what did they done for Summer? I mean, I watch her cooking channels and she shows everybody a bunch of quilts, but how many pictures of Summer has she showed? How many times has she said, "Hey, this is my little niece. Please keep her, you know, please keep her in your prayers." And her and the, you know, and a visual of her in your mind. If you see her anywhere, please call, you know, TBI find. How many times has she ever done that? None. Absolutely none. Right? I ain't ever seen it. I haven't seen it at all. So, you know, um, she just, you know, they came out, you know, for the same reasons Jody Sue and everybody else did. Uh, you know, Cash App Gang Gang. Cash App Gang Gang. That's what it is, you know, to make money. And you know, she can't cook for her crap either. Yeah, Kangle. Um, you know, I watched her videos. I mean, you know, I watched her videos on cooking. I mean, some stuff, you know, some stuff when she first started, it wasn't bad, but you're right. Like now it's into this really stuff that, you know, it's like, ooh, right? Um, and then she makes some kind of, you know, um, Chris M dish. I don't know. I'm like, okay, you know, okay. Um, that's weird. But yeah, And Chris, Chris was like, fully supporting them, you know, in their evilness, right? He was fully supporting them in all their evilness to make money off of Summer's back. But damn, he used Summer to make it off of her back as well, right? He went up on Ben Hill Road acting like he was going to, keep Summer in the spotlight, get information on Summer, keep Summer in the spotlight, try to help and do as much as he could for this little girl in this case. And, you know, and I'd be damn bam, he takes all the attention off of Summer and puts it on these sisters, some 40-year-old fucking case that he knew damn well wouldn't ever be prosecuted or go anywhere in this world. And take, and rides it for as long as he possibly could, right? And Summer got left in the dust. Fuck that. That was another one that destroyed Summer's case as well, right? I mean, do not use a child's name. Do not jump on a child's case if you're not going to keep that child in the spotlight and say to hell with everything else, right? Don't even go there. He shouldn't have ever went there. And when he was up there, he's a coward. I mean, he was scared. Can I go out? We go through the other door? Candace like, hell no, I go down this hole. You can go down it too, right? Tad made him go down a rabbit hole that I still fucking laugh about. That's the funniest shit, wasn't it? When he had to go down that rabbit hole. Old ass couldn't hardly climb it. But yeah, I mean, and he's like, well, this is really rough. I see what Summer was going. Wait, dude, no. Summer's a kid. She can hop right up and out down that little rabbit hole. It's hard for you. You don't remember being a child. It was hard for you because you was old man. You're old damn man. Of course, it's going to be hard for you to get it up and down that damn hole. But for a young person, it'd be nothing. Or even a person in good shape. And then he's like, I didn't have my gun. What you need your gun for? Really? That's crazy. That's insane. That's just like totally insane, right? Those people, you know, we got a 5-year-old little girl missing, not grown ass old men. That's, I think you're safe up there. That's crazy. I don't know. Chris M gets pulled down a rabbit hole. Benny got the pissy pillow, right? Sniffing a pissy pillow. They all got fucked up. I mean, it's like they might not ever be able to come back from that PTSD, right? That is some funny shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I laugh about it quite often. Actually, every time I think about it, I don't even like to think about it. Because it actually does. It'll make me crack up. Oh yeah, absolutely. Wisconsin mama. Um, it's going higher up to TBI now. It's going way up. There's some people way above on TBI that's talking prosecution right now on Summer's case. So as I said, we'll wait and see, right? We'll wait and see on that one. Um, Chris wasn't pushed off of Summer's case. Chris, Chris went off Summer's case on his own onto onto Mary and her sisters and all of that. I mean, he went way out in the fucking left field and left Summer at left Summer at home base, you know, and that wasn't right. I seen so many of them. That's what creators seeking self gain, creators that are really doing this for the dollar. You know, the ones doing all of this for a dollar is they don't want they have no intentions. They have no intentions of trying to locate the child or fight for the child or anything else. Their their main goal is to use the child to get the ball rolling, and then focus on everything but the child to keep it rolling as long as they possibly can to get that, all of that money coming in. And it's not even about the child. The child gets lost in the mix of everything. And, um, because they know humans are like, are, you know, humans are like the bell ringing at school and everybody line up and follow the teacher, right? Well, these creators see themselves as the teacher and all these people lining up to follow them wherever they want to take the case. And, you know, and it works. It's sad, but it works for them. And it shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about the child. It should be about finding the child. It should be about keeping the child in the spotlight. It should be about keeping pressure on law enforcement to do their damn job and get the job done, right? Not, and if they're talking to, anybody close to the case or within the case, then they need to try to get as much information they can to help the children, right? Not, their YouTube or anything else, because it's all about the missing child. And if it can't be that for you, you shouldn't be here. And that's what I think. You know, this is something you got to do. This is something you got to do, from the heart. You know, you got to do it from the heart and not, not from the mind. The greediness. It's that's not what this is about. This ain't about thinking. This ain't about thinking how you could get a child and and run with the case, run with the case and make as much as you can off of it. That's not what this is about. This is about children that need your help. And if you ain't got the fucking heart to help them, then get the hell out, right? Go go somewhere else. Go find yourself a new space, a new place. Cause this ain't the place to be. These kids need to be found. They need to stay in the spotlight, not get put in the dark like little Quinton. Little Quinton's getting put in the dark as well with Cher and all the shit show up there and everything, right? And it's all about Billie Jo. It's about Leilani. It's about everything but Quinton now, right? Everything but about Quinton, who is missing, needs to be found, and from what law enforcement is saying, given a proper burial, because they're like 99.9% sure that Quentin's no longer with us, right? And they are going to prosecute, body or no body, I hear. They are prosecuting the hell out of Leilani's ass. But I think that's because they've got a witness sitting over in North Carolina named Danny that's going to be called back in to prosecute, to testify against her. So Danny's going to be there on the prosecuting side of the courtroom against Leilani. and Leilani is going to end up getting prosecuted. That's true. Watch and see. Yeah, Molly and Justice is going up there. And also well, they see, they see how much money Dolly and Blowhorn Betty's bringing in. I mean, Dolly and Blowhorn Betty's like, they're killing it, right? They're killing it when it comes to them. And Cher's going to get on a plane and go down there too, because they're I think when Molly and all of them went to Tennessee, they other creators seen that by being on the scene, how much how much you can take everybody to the cleaners for. Oh, pay for my hotels, pay for my food, pay for my gas, pay for, feel sorry for me and pay my way. And you know, and the people are doing it. The people are doing it. And, you know, I say yes in Tennessee because summer had been gone a long time, like a year, and someone needed to stir things up to get law enforcement back moving, right? And I agree with that 100%. But up there in Georgia right now, no, I don't, I don't agree with all of this, because that law enforcement is working as hard as it can upon this case. It's not like they're sitting there doing nothing. They're doing everything. These guys are out in the landfill in fucking hazmat suits, with respirators over their face, taking the risk of, 5,000 and 5,500 different diseases on top of what they could get bit by while they're out there messing in that garbage. And the last thing they need is all of this damn chaos up there for, a bunch of YouTubers to profit off of, right? That's the last thing they're needing right now. Now, if law enforcement, wasn't doing all the things they're doing for this baby, yes, now you need to protest. But there is no reason for all this protesting other than making the money. And we all know it. We absolutely know it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, protesting is good. It does, but the news stations are covering this to the fullest. And they was before, they was from day one, and diligently covering it daily up there. And and the House has got plenty of protests, around it, without, I mean, people right there in that vicinity, without all of the outsiders coming in and stirring up even more strife for law enforcement to try to, control and get under control. And really, they're taking away from, they're actually right now, I think they're a distraction to Quinton's case, not a help, but a hindrance. They're not helping anything or anybody by doing what they're doing, especially little Quinton. You sometimes got to get back and let law enforcement do what law enforcement's going to do. And that law enforcement is working diligently to prosecute Leilani. And they're not going to give this up. Absolutely not. So what is the protesting about? What is the protesting about? Right? And like Dolly said, by the time Cher gets, a passport and all the money and all the shit she needs to get down to Georgia, it's all going to be over anyway, right? It's going to be done, over with. Um, Nothing's going to be there for her to profit off of. That's what he's saying. So, you know, and yeah, they're not happy with Leilani. Absolutely not. She is a liar. We all know she's a liar. I don't know how they're looking at their neighbors after doing all of that, right? I don't know. I have no idea. Um, well, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you protest, protest protesting is when you're trying to get a law that our government is fighting against giving us, right? So you protest. Um, Protest is when the law isn't doing what they need to be doing to solve a case, like in Tennessee with Summer. You protest. And you don't protest at the Wells house, you protest at the police station, right? Because the one that ain't doing their job is the law enforcement, or that you feel ain't doing their job. It's law enforcement. So that's where you peacefully assemble with your signs and protest. There's nothing wrong with that. Peaceful protesting. If if you're almost 17 months down the road and law enforcement ain't getting shit done, and you need to give them a wake up call that this child's still missing, and it's their job to do something about it, then I say protest. But you don't protest when the law is doing everything the law could already do. They're diligently working day and night, like this law enforcement in Georgia has been doing. I mean, they come on a briefing and you can tell they ain't sleeping. There's camera footage of them out there, lined up like crazy in a landfill. I mean, we see that they are diligently doing their damn job. What are we protesting about? What are we protesting about? You protest when they ain't doing their job, not when they are, right? I mean, somebody got this one ass backwards, to be honest. And it is, and this protest is all for show and gain. I don't care what anybody says. That's what it's about. It's what it's about. You think Leilani and her mom and them, really, they're sitting inside their house or out back, getting stoned, laughing their ass off. Laughing their ass off. I mean, you ain't giving those people nothing but entertainment. They're really laughing at these fucking protesters. They don't care. They really don't care. You're not hurting Leilani and Billie Jo and them. You're just giving them attention. Like Billie Jo said, she didn't plan on getting famous this way. She feels fame out of all of this. Really? I mean, that right there shows you the mentality level you're dealing with. She welcomes those protesters. She welcomes them. When they leave, she actually can't wait for them to show back up. She's striving off of them and what they're doing. And, so they're basically giving her what she wants, right? They're giving her and her daughter what they want. Oh yeah, they all got felonies. I'm telling you, it's like um in this world, it's not in this world today, it's like, it's not who is a felon, it's who ain't one, right? Who ain't one? Like almost like it seems like, er, pretty much 7 out of 10 people are a felon. 7 out of 10. Crazy, but it seems like that now. Yeah, somehow, some way, all these people are felons. Yeah, that whole family's fucking crazy, right, Gigi? They are. I'm not gonna lie. 100%. Molly said 100%. That is true. I heard that, they had an incident there today where um Leilani's Billie Joe's some of Billie Joe's family was attacking one of the protesters, or a protester was attacking them, and anyway, it wasn't good, right? And people could get hurt and killed during protests. I mean, what I'm saying is, if Leilani actually did this to her baby and she feels that, she's going to be in prison for the rest of her life over what she did to her child, what's to stop her from going out there in the middle of the street and wiping out half of those protesters as well, right? I mean, she could go out there and in 5 minutes, all of them would be down, right? And there's children out there and everything else. What I'm saying is, should be damn careful protesting, you know? There's a difference in being brave and being stupid. That's what I'm saying. You know? There's a big difference in that. You pretty much get what you seek. And if you're seeking trouble, you're probably going to find it. Yeah, and um more blessings as well that she walked out on to chase a man. Yeah, she did. Absolutely. She left her kids to Cher is no one to talk. Cher is nobody to fucking talk to anyone. You know, she's going to go be another child's savior when she couldn't even be the savior of her own children. Are you kidding me? Exactly. You know, I don't know why any family would would even take up with Cher, Um I don't know. The person he swung at was a relative of the person the son killed. There you go. There you go. The son is in jail. The son was prosecuted. He's in jail. What I'm saying is the people, if your child goes out and, if your child decides to get with some other teens and go out and say, you know, and they say they get BB guns, okay? Say they get BB guns and they go out and shoot a bunch of people's car windows or something. And they get busted. Well, you know, the point being is, you have nothing to do with that. You didn't even know that that person, that child was doing what that child was doing. If you had known, you wouldn't have ever let it went out the door, right? But, you know, if the child is, of age, if the child is of age, that comes down on the child. If the child is underage, even the law blames the parents, right? And you will pay for all of those car windows that, your child between, your child and the other people, your child, if there's 5 people in the car, right? Your child will pay its share of the money that it takes for all those windows to be replaced. Um, you know, you will have to pay for that. But what I'm saying is, this person that is related to the person that got killed by Leilani's son, who is in prison, getting his punishment right now as we speak, and has been for a long time. What are they doing on the porch or on that land over there swinging at anyone? It's not those people's fault of what that boy did. He was with 2 other boys. Why don't that relative go to the other 2 people's house and swing on people as well? You know, this is crazy. This is insane. This is insane. That relative should, that relative wanted Billie Jo's son locked away for life to get, vengeance for what, you know, happened to their loved one, and they got it. They got it. So why are they showing back up now, causing more issues? I don't know. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. And that, that goes with the scenario. That goes with the same scenario I have been talking about for a long time here. Is, if you are if you are a member of a family and someone, you know, it's a lot of people do not think rational. And I'm telling you, more do not think rational than do. I mean, if someone gets mad at a sister or a brother or a father or a mother of a family, oh, then their kids are little bastards too now, right? Or they're all bastards in that house. They're all worthless now. They're mean to the whole family, not the one that did something, but they put the whole family in a pot. That's bullshit. That's petty as hell. It's bullshit. It's mean, it's cruel, it's ugly. You know, people need to step back and realize that, nobody's responsible for no one except oneself. If someone does something to you, yeah, it's okay to dislike them. It's okay to dislike them, but it's not okay to take it out on everyone around them, because everyone around them didn't do it. They did. That's common sense. But to make everyone around them pay for something that one person done, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's how a lot of kids get abused as well. The mom don't like the dad no more, and she can't stand looking at his kids and abuse them. Or, a dad, the woman runs off and he abuses the kids because, of their worthless mom and how he hates their mom, and he abuses the children. That's crazy. That is not logical thinking at all. It's what they call rechanneled aggression. You got some type of mental issue if you do this, and you need to get it addressed as soon as possible, right? It's crazy. Billie Jo abusing her husband. I ain't got that video. I'm sorry. I don't have that video to show Billie Jo abusing her husband. The Billie Jo's husband owns that house. That house belongs to Billie Jo's husband. He is the owner of that home. That's who owns it. Um, oh yeah, that house that is a nice home. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very nice home. And um, those children had a beautiful Billie Jo, and those grandkids had a beautiful home. They had a beautiful home. They just didn't have a beautiful person in there. They let two unbeautiful people come in and destroyed everything. You know, um, it takes a long time. It takes a long time. Like take your home for instance. Take your kitchen for instance. It takes a long time to clean your kitchen up, right? All the countertops, the stove, the dishes, everything, right? It takes a long time to clean it up and get it in perfect, beautiful order, right? And one person walks in the door wanting to, oh, um, my electric's off, or um, you know, my kitchen's being remodeled. Can I use yours? One person walked through your door and you say, "Oh yeah, no problem." Um, it takes one person to walk in and destroy it all, right? I mean, just and it's like 5 minutes to destroy it, and almost forever to get it back in order, right? So there you go. Um, Basically, Leilani and Danny were wrecking balls. They were two wrecking balls that Billie Jo let walk in, and they destroyed everything, right? And Billie Jo won't ever be able in her life to get it back together now. Ever will she get this back together. Absolutely not. I mean, what they done can't be fixed, right? It cannot be fixed. Yes, the babysitter did say that Danny texted her at 5:29 Wednesday morning, letting her know that she was not going to need, um, that she was not going to be needed that day to watch the children, that Leilani was there and going to take care of them. Yes. Yes. Now Danny's trying to say, from my understandings, Danny's trying to say that, he did not text the babysitter at 5:29. Then that Leilani must have, and deleted it because he had no idea the kids were not going to the babysitters. But then Danny tried to say that, um, he saw Quinton at 6 o'clock in the morning before he left. He saw Quinton, but there's a big loophole in the story. There's a big hole in what Danny's saying. And the reason I say that is because the text went over to the babysitter at 5:29, and usually Danny's the one that drops the baby. As the babysitter, when she was telling us Quentin first went missing, the babysitter said that she got the kids every morning, whether they worked or not, and that Danny was always asking her when he dropped the kids off, "Do you need diapers, extra milk, this, and this?" And so that morning, Danny just what? Danny didn't get no diapers and stuff together. He didn't get he said he shook Leilani and she wouldn't wake up. So I would suspect that if she was so out that she wasn't waking up, he wouldn't want to leave the kids in the house with her, and he would just took them to the babysitter anyway, so they would be safe with her passed out like that, right? To the point he couldn't even get her up. But he just leaves her there. He just leaves her there with the kids. I don't think so. Um, and then Leilani calls Danny to come home from work because she can't find Quinton. And Danny's there when the babysitter shows up at 9:30 to help look in the house, and they don't want her to come in the house. They don't want her anywhere near the house. Matter of fact, they told her she needed to leave, that they don't need her help. And Danny gives her a cold look, and she's the one that has to say, "Well, ain't you gonna call the police?" Well, basically, she's saying, "If you don't, I will." And then Leilani's like, "Oh, we better do it." So they did. But Danny don't know nothing about it. Of course, Danny knows all about it. And I'm sure Danny has done, turned on Leilani. I don't know what happened, but Leilani and Danny does. And I am positive Danny has done snitched on her. That's how they know the baby was in the lamb field. That's how they know that, all that they know is because Danny's done confessed up for, you know, to get less of a sentence or no sentencing at all, maybe immunity for, for his statements. They take you in, they give you an opportunity. They give you both an opportunity. The first one that talks walks. Everybody knows this. The first one to talk walks. And Danny was the first one to talk. So he walked. Now Leilani's going to have to, take what's coming to her. No doubt in my mind. Oh, yeah, Danny definitely knows what she did, and no, he can't speak on it. Matter of fact, he's probably got a gag order on him. He's probably had a gag order put on him. Um, I don't think Leilani called her mom. I don't think that her mom has any. I think her mom is as bewildered about what the hell went down as we are. I think her mom is, I think her mother has a pretty, a way better ideal of what happened because she was there listening and seeing and listening to everything that, the feds and law enforcement and everybody was doing. So she has a lot better ideal than we do of how severe whatever went down in that house went down and how severe it was for baby Quinton, but and I think that's what's really, fucking her up is, this child was, obviously it had to be pretty damn bad for law enforcement to shadow a doubt the baby's no longer with us, right? So it had to be pretty awful, whatever they did. And they did it right there inside of this woman's home, which, which she might have to live in the rest of her life, knowing her grandchild was brutally destroyed in there, right? Brutally destroyed inside there. I mean, that brings a lot of bad karma to your home, right? That's a hell of a lot of bad karma. And then you see, then you see the ghost picture of a child running, running behind someone, like it's heading to the babysitter's house. That's really freaking weird. I don't believe in spirits or none of those crazy things like that, especially children, because I believe that, the second that something happens to a child, it goes with the Lord. But um, I don't know. I mean, what I'm saying is if indeed that was little Quinton's spirit ran out from that pole and out in the road heading to the babysitter's house, then, you know, then what it tells me is he had an opportunity of being saved and they didn't save him. You see what I'm saying? He could have reunited with his. He's basically looking for his little body. He could have reunited with it, but it's gone now to reunite with. Right? He can't find it, so he's stuck in limbo. Maybe, I don't know. This is what people say. Do I believe it? No. I don't mess with familiar or unfamiliar spirits because the Bible tells us not to, right? But we all seen it. It definitely looked like a child running, you know. So I don't know. Some folks believe in ghosts. If I was going to believe in ghosts, if I was, then um that would make a believer out of me right there, right? I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes. So, you know, I mean, I try to use science to explain it away, but it's still hard to explain away. You know, it was still hard to explain away, right? I think her mom had criminal friends that helped her cover it up because Leilani didn't do this on her own. Um, my, I think that she didn't do it on her own. I don't think she did it. I think she might have did it on her own, but she had Danny. Danny was there with her, to help cover it. Between her and Danny, that they got it done. They got it done. Now, which one of them ended Quinton? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I do know law enforcement is blaming Leilani 100%. And usually, if they're blaming someone 100%, I mean, if they come out and pin someone like they pinned Leilani, then they've got something solid to know she's who and what they were looking and seeking to prosecute. Absolutely. Red haired. She said, I believe it was a child spirit. Most likely Quentin, but that is Savannah, Georgia, and that place is very haunted. I hear that. I hear, yeah, I hear that. You know, there's I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with phenomenons because you know I'm not. I definitely I think we've all had our run-ins with unexplainable shit, right? And you know, it's like you see what you see, you know what you see. Other people see it, um and like nobody wants to believe you when you say you saw a ghost, right? Nobody wants to believe you when you say you saw a ghost. But I mean, I I don't mess with I don't mess with things like that because demons take the form. Demons have different forms, right? They can take any form they want probably. And even if it's your loved one. So if you think, that's why the Bible tells you stay away from it because, You don't know what you're dealing with. You do not know, what you're dealing with. I mean, so I don't know. Wow, really? She says, "Oh, PG, my husband got killed, and I believe in spirits for a long time. I could hear my husband talking, and in the morning when he get up for work, I hear him getting ready for work for a long time. Um, Girl, I think I'd have got up with a gun, you know, figuring out where all that noise was coming from. That's what I would have done. I don't know, there's some evil humans in this world that, there's some evil humans in this world. Yeah, Gigi, I believe the Bible too. But yeah, you know, I knew this one lady, and something had, somebody had passed away. I won't give a lot of detail, but somebody had passed away, and they had a habit of doing a certain thing, and people knew this. Some of the family had knew this, and these evil people in the family um thought it would be fun thought it would be fun to prank this person by doing, you know, what the deceased person would do, you know, um, and, I don't find that kind of shit funny at all. I don't. But you have some sick people that, will do that, if they know a person shuts a car door at a certain time every morning, then they think it's funny to, jimmy the car open and then slam the door at that time, you know, so that it bothers the, the victim of this deceased person. Um, because they're just evil. They get something out of doing that kind of stuff. So, you know, by knowing these kind of people and their type of evilness, you know, I it makes it hard for me to believe in anything that isn't real. That's what I'm trying to say. I know how evil humans can be on this earth. And that's why I said I would have went looking for that noise, because there is some evil humans in this world. I mean, I have heard people roar and laugh and, PG, PG, like the whales. Well, the whales ain't the only ones that do that. And as I said, people that do this is usually connected to an occult. They absolutely, this is part of the games they love to play. And, you know, and the devil comes up with new games all the time, all the time. So, you have to realize that this world ain't, you know, I don't believe in ghosts. I absolutely don't. Maybe some stinky ass person out of their fucking body, you know. Um, People do that. I do believe people, you know, um, people that's into the occult, they do practice trying to, just getting out of their body and going places. Absolutely, they do that. I mean, as insane as it sounds, they do it. You ain't seeing a ghost. You're seeing some fucking weirdo that decided to leave that stinky ass body and come and try to haunt you up for a minute. That's disgusting. Fucking disgusting, but it's truth. They do that kind of shit. And I know I'm not the only one in the world that, that has heard of this, or, I personally know people that have done it or say they've done it. I don't know if they've done it or not. But they're like, I was watching a candle flicker, and they got to do all this shit to get it done. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you do to get it done, because I don't plan on doing it. Right? When my ass goes out of this world, it's going to be leaving with Jesus Christ. Right? And until then, I'm keeping all my shit together. Right? One place. I don't play that shit. Oh, there is my sweet Norway. God bless you, hon. God bless you, my mentor. I love you. Much love to the chat. Oh, you're a sweetheart. God bless. God bless, girl. I am so grateful. And more grateful to see you. Absolutely more grateful to see you. I worry about you all the time. God bless. Many prayers. Yeah, there's several videos. Absolutely. Absolutely. I research everything. There ain't shit that I don't. I think that knowledge is the key to everything. It's the key to everything. But all knowledge and wisdom, all knowledge and wisdom, all glory to God, right? It's all glory to God. You ain't nothing. If you ain't got God, you ain't got nothing. But anyway, yeah, Donald did get out of jail today. This is Danny's family. I showed you guys Danny's family. I don't know if anybody's new coming in, but this is Danny's family. The babies, grandma and grandpa on Danny's side. They seem like good people. His mother posts a lot of Bible verses and things like that. She does seem to be religious. So, they seem like good people to me. They seem like good people. And that is where Danny's at. He's with his family. Yeah, I truly believe that. I believe that. I don't believe Cher is the devil, because she's just too fucking ugly, and she's too ugly. I think that would be an insult to the devil, but I do think she's a creepy looking ass demon, right? And I don't know, that could be an insult to them. I have no idea, but she's awful. She's awful, right? And um I think I heard Satan say that he didn't want Cher because she was too easy to get. That's what I think I heard. Oh shit. Oh. Oh God. Yeah, that shit was funny, right? That shit was funny. Oh shit. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all something about old Cher. I mean, I'm trying to get this down. Um, let's go back here. Right here. Right here. Cher, actually, Leilani's mom is just now learning. She's just now learning YouTube, right? She's just barely. She didn't know shit about it. She's just now learning how to do all of this. So, you know, she's not that good at it, is what I'm saying. If you look over here, please light up cash, cash, cash for Cher. Please, y'all. Have no idea what she's been for me. Okay. No, that's Cher. Cher is Nana's love. This bitch is, with Billie Jo's consent, Cher is running her own life, and I'll tell you how she got busted. She got busted because Leilani's Billie Jo is doing this off her phone. And point being is, we know that you can't put this cash app and shit in there like this unless you have all the information. And this woman just starting out ain't going to have that type of information to put it in there the way it's being put in there. That is definitely Cher doing it herself, right? This is her asking for money in this lady's name. Why ain't Cher letting all this money go to this family? If she cares so much about Billie Jo and Leilani, and she feels so righteous in her head that they're innocent, and they're about to get all this trouble and prosecuted, why isn't she letting all of this money go to them instead of her? Why is she begging for this money instead of letting it go to this family who are damn well going to need it, right? They're going to damn well need it. Because Cher ain't there for this family. She's there for herself. When I brought Allie here, and I'm damn sure, I'm damn sure that Hunter had nothing to do with what happened to Summer. I think he has information on how it could have went down for sure, and pretty much might have went down, that he needs to get out and tell someone. But I do not think that Hunter is guilty of anything when it came to what happened to Summer. Matter of fact, I say that Jody Sue and her family was more responsible than Hunter could have ever been. But, when Allie came on this channel, I didn't put up my my cash apps and gang money. No, absolutely not. Matter of fact, I put up Allie's cash app for Hunter to get a new phone, and I asked everyone that was going to support that channel that night, and for a while after that when she was up there, because I know I don't get nothing hardly, right? I don't. This channel, we barely survive here. You know, keeping our channel going. Absolutely, because I got a bad temper and everything. And I speak the truth, and I don't care about the click, likes, views, or any of that shit. So, I pretty much don't get nothing, right? It cost me to be here. It cost me to be here. So, I mean, what I'm doing takes food out of my off my table, right? It takes food off my table. I have to turn out more lights now, so that my bills ain't as high. Absolutely, but it's worth doing. It's worth doing. And the point being is, you know, I asked for something for this boy, not for anything else. Because I felt he deserved it. He didn't ever get his phone back. He's carrying around something off the ark his grandfather had. And I know how embarrassing it is when you're Hunter's age, around your friends, not having a nice phone. Um, but sharing asking nothing for this family that she so believes in, right? She's not. She's absolutely not. She's asking for it all in herself, and she's asking it for herself in this Nana's Love name, which she has, she set up this account for Billie Jo. She's got all access to it as well. And with Billie Jo's blessing, she's able to put in her own cash app and shit, as if Billie Jo's doing it when we know Billie Jo ain't, because it can't be done on a phone. Anybody running a YouTube knows this. So and you sure ain't going to be able to do it. I mean, it takes this woman's just learning. There's no way she's able to get all of this done. Hell to the no. But she ain't. Why isn't Billie Jo cash app up here? Why isn't Billie Jo's cash app up here to get flyers for Quinton, if indeed her family's so innocent? Why ain't her cash up here to get, a private investigators and somebody, outside of law enforcement to help do what she feels law enforcement isn't getting done? Why isn't her cash up here for, her daughter some attorney fees? If indeed her daughter's innocent, she's still going to need a lawyer, right? Why isn't it up there for that? What I'm saying is, Cher don't give a flying fuck about how this family's going to pay for all of their stuff. Just give to me, right? Just fucking give to Cher. Fuck that. Cher is a money-grubbing bitch that has already burnt Summer's case, and I'll be damned if I sit by idly and not call this bitch out on her fucking up Quinton's case as well. She will not get this done on my watch. Absolutely not. I will be here to remind Billie Jo and Leilani how fucking stupid they really are. And I am wondering how fucking stupid can they really get from here forth, right? To listen to some fucking crackheaded witch sitting in a hell cell trying to tell them how to run their fucking life. Are you kidding me? This bitch can't run her own life. She left her 4 kids in the dust. She tortures animals. She's fucking crazy and ugly as hell. And you're going to have that trying to tell you what to do? Are you fucking shitting me? Oh my gosh. It's like handing a pair of wear plowers to a fucking crackhead and saying, pull your teeth for you, right? Really? I don't think that these people know how painful it's going to get fucking with Cher. I don't think they do. I mean, she did the Wells the same way, right? And then turned on them like the snake she is and really gave them hell. And yes, this is the very same scenario. Absolutely. You know, um, play nice, use them as much as you can in that aspect for the dollars coming in, and then turn on their ass with everything you found out, and to make them look like hell, so you can collect again, right? And then bring out your fucking conversations, tapes, and everything that you fucked them over with law enforcement, so you can run it a little bit longer and keep collecting on that little baby. That's what she did to Summer, wasn't it? Exactly what she did to little Summer. And she'll do it to Quinton as well, if they give her the leeway to get it done. You know? And what Billie Jo don't understand is, and the Wells didn't understand as well. I was trying to tell Donald, open your own YouTube. Just not that hard. Get it done. Talk about your daughter. You why are you letting all these people, you know, profit when you could be you? And this is when I thought they were innocent. Let me remind you. Why don't you profit off of it so you can get them flyers, and you can, afford to get lawyers, and, to get your kids back. You could afford to get private investigators to go and search for your daughter, since, law enforcement ain't wanting to work with you. Why don't you guys? You don't need anybody else. You can do it yourself. But he didn't listen to me. And he let Benny Keys, Shares, and all these people destroy him, right? Well, and they were the ones profiting off of his misery. Well, that happens. And and now it's uh Murder Cindy's pod. Okay, sweetheart, I'm bringing you up. Yeah, so it is what it is.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. This is my first time coming up on your panel. People in chat were asking questions about the phone call we just played of over on Savages, the recorded phone call of Bullhorn Betty admitting to being in cahoots with Cher, and Cher's playing Billie Jo and everything. And I just wanted to add to it. We talked with a criminal investigator about the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and we were told that what they're doing can actually get the entire case thrown out if Leilani ends up getting arrested, or anybody in that house ends up getting arrested, because of this scheme that Cher and Bullhorn Betty and Dolly are doing, with all three of them having criminal records.
It's
And
obstruction of a criminal case, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we were told that it could actually
Intentionally
cause
cause
her.
Quinton not to get the. It'll cause Quinton not to get the justice that he deserves.
Yes, ma'am. And the other thing is, I don't know like how well you know Savage, but she's the one who just played the recorded video, or the recorded phone call. But
Yeah, I
she
got to
had.
be real careful right now due to the fact that I got, like, last night I almost got porn bombed.
Oh, the
You
glare.
know,
I seen. Yeah,
yeah,
I was
and
watching. I don't like him.
it's crazy because you fight so hard for these missing children. The missing children are the victims. They're the ones that should be in the spotlight. They're the ones that we should
Absolutely.
all be working to bring home and get justice for. That little baby,
Absolutely.
is laying out there somewhere in a fucking trash dump, or at the bottom of some water. Well,
Mhm.
this bitch is smelling. I mean, she did
They're
an
making a
interview.
mockery. Yeah.
That Leilani did an interview, and she basically I had to go back and watch it. At first I thought, I was more focused on the grandma, I think, than the mom.
Mhm.
But, I had to go back and watch it a couple of times, and then I make memes. I make a lot of, funny memes and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I froze it. I froze it.
Mhm.
Um, at different angles, I was freezing the video as I watched it. Um, and the thing that I found was Leilani, the grandmother. Everybody said the grandmother was angry. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, and I know why. Because as I was freeze framing this particular video on the two of 'em standing there,
Mhm.
I took note that Leilani damn near busted out laughing a few times during. I mean, she wasn't crying at all, and her fake crying even made her feel, tickled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay.
damn. I just, I think I just snorted while doing this, and she was ready to bust out laughing, and it
Oh,
was
you're very
disgusting to see.
observant.
It was
Yeah,
just,
you're very observant because I did not notice that.
oh, I
Um,
did, I did,
I was just
yeah,
so infuriated when I found out about this whole plot, and because we've already seen this happen with, Casey Anthony and Kaylee. We've seen it happen. Well, I mean, we've seen it happen so many times. And because these people want to insert themselves when they're not professionals and they don't have authority from law enforcement
absolutely,
to be
absolutely,
doing
and
this.
and
Yeah, and then the other baby is not going to get justice and it's not fair.
I am so angry about Summer's case because they did
Mhm.
destroy it at the beginning. I mean, Chris M is educated in law, and he even
Yeah,
fucked that case up. I mean,
he did.
he's a bad cop. I don't give a damn what anybody says. He's a
Yeah,
he's that cop that, that every other cop gets bad
right.
stigmatizing from. And
Yeah.
and it's not right, and it makes me so fucking angry, you know,
Mhm.
people, and you're right. Like right now, why are they protesting? You protest when the law enforcement isn't doing everything they can do, right? And this law enforcement is indeed doing everything they can do, right?
Right, right. And
So why are they even protesting?
if they were really wanting to protest, they would protest in front of a place that would matter, like CPS or the police department or in front of the
Exactly.
mayor's office,
Now you know why
not
they don't do it at the police department, because they're going to come out and tell them. They're going to come out,
right.
and right in fucking front of them with the news station. And they're
Yeah,
going to come right out there and say, look, what are you protesting about? What are we not doing? Did you not see these pictures? And then all of a sudden, it's going to pop up a big picture of these law officers out in the middle of a damn landfill where they could get
right.
who knows what, to find
Oh,
this
yeah.
child. And you think we're not doing enough, bitches?
Mhm. Yeah,
You don't
they
think we're
don't
doing
realize
enough?
that the reason it takes so much planning and preparation before just going and jumping into a landfill, um, is because those men, I mean, they are literally putting their lives at risk in that landfill.
Amen.
They could step on a hypodermic needle. They could
Hmm.
step on, I mean, and the it's endless, so they
Exactly. And
they
they could get a hold. They could come in contact with galls that has been
Mhm,
pushed in holes of flesh eating disease and all
exactly.
kinds of other things. I mean, they could get bit by shit that they didn't
Snakes,
see,
yeah,
still alive out there crawling. I
yeah,
mean, it is
and
just so damn
not just that.
dangerous.
Not just that, but the way it was explained to me by my criminal investigator friend is if okay, if Quentin is there and say, he's very decomposed, if somebody steps in the wrong place and crushes, like, say, a bone, and that's the
Right.
only bone left, well, then there goes the last of any chance of finding a cause of death.
Right.
They could so easily destroy evidence. So there's so much to it that they can't
Oh
just
yeah.
go pop into that landfill. So,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to think about this. If they weren't doing
It's
this,
like panning gold. It's like
right,
panning fucking gold, and people
exactly.
don't understand that.
Yeah, it's a heck of a mess. It is a heck of a mess. But I don't want to take over your show. I just wanted to hop up
You
here real
know,
quick and
I
just explain.
I can't understand. I wonder if they've thought about maybe getting the help also from like at colleges around there, the students that's into archaeology.
Yeah.
They are great for doing exactly what they're out there doing as well.
Well, I think that they actually have to have a special certification and training to go into the landfills because of the hazards. Because, there's diseases in those landfills that are like as bad as Ebola. So I think that's why they have to bring in the trained specialist, and they had to wait for that crew to come in. So I don't know if they could use students. I mean, that would be a wonderful idea, but
Absolutely.
they'd have to train them. But yeah, I
Um
mean,
I don't think I don't think that, I don't think law enforcement's really trained for that type
they're
of
not.
thing, at
Mm-mm.
all, and they're out there doing it. So, but I would think that these students that are trained in archaeology and to go out and dig and do this kind of thing would be actually more qualified than the people out
Well,
there now.
well, what they did is they called in their biohazard team from, I believe it's part of the FBI or the GBI. They called in their hazard team, and so I know some law enforcement officers are out there, but most
Mhm.
of them are from the biohazard team.
Right.
And
It's
that's why they had to, wait that first weekend, and they do have to take, a little time off, a couple of days off, because they can't have those men in there
well,
exposed to all of that.
also it took a while to get in there due to a lot of people don't understand is they had to go and get a lot of vaccinations, caught up on
Oh,
vaccinations and everything as well
oh
before going
yeah.
in there.
I didn't
And
even think about that. Yeah.
those shots hurt like hell. Um, I mean, it's something you gotta walk off for a minute, right?
Right. I didn't even think about, needing vaccinations and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But,
absolutely.
I know they had to clear the spot, where the dogs had hit on the scent, which is a large spot. I know they had to kind of clear that away, and they had to do that very carefully without, without disturbing anything. And
Right.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm just so frustrated by the whole thing. And so I just
Hey
wanted
girl,
to
I
pop
don't
up.
blame you. I don't blame you, so am I. And after watching Summer's case get so fucking destroyed
Hmm.
by these YouTubers and everything and all of um their ploy for nothing but self gain, run it. I mean, they prayed at the child. Don't you got, just as many praying that the child ain't found as you do that are praying
Right,
for the child to be found in cases like this. And that, that's just it's
right.
it's evil. It's evil to even think about. It's sickening.
Yeah,
It's sickening to think about, the way that these YouTubers, some of them are. I mean, I promise
right,
you, I that they do not want this child found. Actually, they would rather it not be found so they could keep using it and making the money from it. And that is just so fucked up in so many different aspects. it makes you want to
Right,
vomit, right?
right, right. I remember one time a few years back when my son was real sick, and I had put a post publicly on Facebook asking for prayers for him with a picture. And his dad said, "Take that down right now." And I'm like, "Why? There is nothing wrong with asking for prayers." And he said, "But
Absolutely not.
he said, "But you don't realize you have that set to public." He said, "You don't realize how many sick people are in this world who will
Oh
see
yeah.
that and they will actually wish the opposite." And, and he believes in the evil versus good. And I said, "You know what? You're right." And I did. I went, I took it down.
I'm
You
gonna
never
tell
know what
you.
people are hoping for.
I tell you, good always wins, though. Trust and believe that.
Absolutely,
Good always wins.
absolutely.
Um.
Well, I will let you have your show back. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me
girl.
on.
God bless. Much love to you.
God bless you too. Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah. Um. You know, that's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of us that a lot of us that are absolutely doing all of this for the right reason, but there's a lot that ain't. And, and Cher certainly isn't. She certainly isn't. And wouldn't it be fucked up if they are in cahoots? I mean, I would hope I would hope that um Bullhorn Betty wouldn't do anything like that. I would hope she would not hook up with Cher to get this case, you know, to mess up this case to the point that, Quentin ain't gonna get the justice he deserves. I hope not. I don't think that of Dolly and Bullhorn Betty. I don't think that way of them. I think that, um I think it was too soon. Too soon. I think that everyone should have waited. We should cover the case and and keep Quentin in the spotlight. Yes, we absolutely should have blew it up. Um, out here for all to see. But I do not think we should have been boots on the ground and until law enforcement wasn't doing what needed to be done. And then at that point I think that, protesting needs to be done at law enforcement for not doing their job, if indeed they're not doing their job. Now, um, Tennessee, yes, protesting in Tennessee with law enforcement for summer would be a good thing. Absolutely. I'm all for that because we're 17 months down the road and we haven't even got a briefing on the case, or it's like they just basically shoved Summer's whole case completely into the dark now. And, you know, and wanting to lie about how hot it is when actually it's cold as ice. And someone, they need to either get off their asses and get something done with Summer's case, or need to, you know, they absolutely need to just come out and tell the truth about how damn cold it is, right? One or the other. They need to get done. And, and if we got to go down there and do that to get a briefing done, a real briefing on Summer Wells' case, then I'm all for, I'm all for um, arranging that as assembling something like that to get it done. But Georgia, absolutely not. Because I can see this law enforcement is doing everything in their power to do what needs to be done, and people need to stand the hell back and let them do it, right? They need to do it. And and no, I mean, if Quentin might not get justice over all of this, then people need to quit supporting. They need to quit supporting what you know Dolly and Betty's doing up there, and any other creator that goes up there. Don't support them. Do not support them to mess up this baby's case. Absolutely not. You know? I mean, you're supporting people so this child don't get no justice when it deserves justice. That's wrong. I haven't ever seen Blowhorn Betty scam with anyone as well. I hope she's not. But I will research tomorrow. I will find out if indeed what they're doing could cause Quentin to not get justice, and I will let everybody know tomorrow night what my research has found on that particular topic. We will find out. One thing everyone knows here is PG tells the truth. I always tell the truth. If you want the truth, you'll get it here. And if indeed that's the case, I will put it out here tomorrow night. Absolutely, one way or another. If it does or it doesn't, I will personally, I will personally speak to whoever I have to get the answers to this question. Absolutely. You know, as YouTubers, the only thing that we can really do, and it's the same thing that um, Bullhorn Betty and Dolly and anyone else is doing. The only difference is they can do from their home exactly what they're doing in front of that house. They could do from their home exactly what they're doing in front of that house. The only thing they can do in front of that house is keep this baby's, name and his. Actually, I think they're doing less in front of that house than they could do at home because at home they're able to keep this baby's pictures, um, you know, his name, his pictures, everything going on, with the case updated and out here for all to see and understand and keep a close watch on. Now, what they're doing up there is basically taking the focus off of Quentin and putting it all on Billie Jo and Leilani, and that's what they want. They want to put Quentin in the dark and themselves in the light with all the attention. And then what happens is, the focus goes off of Quentin for all of us and onto the mother and daughter and uncles and cousins and everybody else. And it gets off of Quentin and law enforcement. And then that's how the cases run cold. That's exactly what happened in Tennessee. Everything got shifted away from Summer onto everything else. And law enforcement just basically behind the scenes gave all up because the focus wasn't staying on the main topic, and that was Summer. Law enforcement feels that if you're going to let the child go into the dark, what are they work? Why they got to work so hard? And then basically they just quit working, right? Basically they just quit working. And and when they go around homes like Leilani's and the Wells houses and stuff, they feel the kid's better off no matter where it was than with those people, right? And a lot of times that happens, you know, like, like I had said, um, I seen a child from the back. It looked exactly like Summer. I know it wasn't Summer. You know, I seen this child, and um, the mom, the mother was with it, dressed really nice. Um, she you tell she really adored her daughter, and like I said, you know, it wasn't Summer, but had it been Summer, would I reported it? Hell no, probably not. I mean, to go back to the wells, really? I mean, it would have been a hard damn decision to make, right? I don't know if I would have or not. That's the truth. I got to be truthful, right? I don't know. I mean, look at that hellhole that baby was in. Matter of fact, I brought a a case. I brought a case, some cases here tonight. Um, Here they are. These are cases. This is the Summer Wells case. This is Summer Wells case. There's different cases in this video. This is the home. This is what this child lived in right here. This is what this child got up to every day of her life. Is this. Now, mind you, she had a dad making damn good money. Damn good money. To the point that, the mom didn't even have to work all day, stay at home mother. And this is what Summer Wells had to endure every day, right? Right here. No call for this home to look like this. None whatsoever. But it did. And this child had to live in it. Disgusting. Trash everywhere that should have been hauled off. They try to say there was no dogs around, but look at this. Plenty of dogs. Plenty of dogs. And that's why law enforcement knows there was no abduction. Because, no, these dogs, don't have, these dogs do not have a watch on. They don't leave at a certain time. They don't go to work. And then, when the alarm goes off, they all, the whistle, they all pack their buckets and go back home, right? Absolutely not. Um, that's bullshit. These dogs go down that dog trail and right back up in the front, up the driveway to the Wells house. They would have definitely attacked anyone, especially, if they was trying to take Summer away from that property. They would have had, these dogs would have been eating them alive. Absolutely not. And law enforcement knows that. But, this is, the parents that these beautiful children were given to that didn't know how to take care of them, right? Absolutely did not. And Donald wasn't, it should be his children he's carting around, right? But instead, it's that carcass right there that we all know is guilty as hell that he's carting around. And that's a fucking shame, because blood should always come first, right? And those children were his blood. I'm sorry about that. And here's Grandma. There's Grandma looking out, knowing she could see everything. She has a bird's eye fucking view of the whole front and back of that house. No way in hell nobody was there that they didn't see. That they did not see. This is, this is what, Don and Candace, the environment they allowed their children to be tainted with, right? This is the environment that they wanted to associate with and taint their fucking children, early on, right? It was always these kind of people. These kind of people. Disgusting. And this man, they didn't know him from Adam. And he admits he had a bunch of mental issues and they brought him into the house, right? Letting him stay and keeping him. And here's some more. There's some more good people to your right in here that the children also had to be subject to as well, right? And that's why Summer's where she's at now, right? As you can see on the left with the Lord above. That's why she's no longer with us. Did Summer, lose her life at 110 Ben Hill Road or 125? We don't know. We don't know. But here, these wicked people here, especially Jody Sue, sure was trying to protect her boy there, right? Trying to protect her boy. And what did Jody Sue say? She heard that scream in the cabin. She heard the scream in the cabin. Now, if the police asked you, knock, 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 did you hear a scream? You're going to say, yeah, in my house. That means it's in the house. Or you're going to say, yes, outside. Right? Outside. Or you're going to say, yes, I think it's coming from the neighbor's house. So when you say in your house, you mean it's in your house. And she slipped up and said she heard that scream in the cabin, in her cabin. I played it out. We all heard it. She said in the cabin. TBI needed to know that. They needed to question him upon that. But when they go to question Jody Sue and her slip-ups, she retracts by saying, it was a lie. And there's no law against lying. Get the hell out of here. And laughs about it, whether it be true statement or not. She knows the law. Right? And I truly believe she had something, I know I believe her son did have something to do with whatever happened to Summer because she's tried to protect him too hard. And if he didn't do nothing, and here's more. Here's more of Summer's atmosphere, right? This is more of Summer's atmosphere. I mean, that guy, I hate to say it, but this guy looks crazy. He looks crazy, right? He absolutely looks crazy. He gets a 20-year sentence and he only has to do 1 year. 20 years and he's doing 1. Who in the hell's ever got that and did 1 year? I don't know. But he is. And that is exactly why people are petitioning to get his dad the hell out of law enforcement, right? And because Ronnie promised he was going to find Summer and gave us his word and hasn't done so in 17 months. So, and Candace got busted right here when she said that, she couldn't see the back door from that camper. Bitch, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Right there, it shows us you fucking could. No one took your daughter, bitch. No one took your daughter. That's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Absolute lie. But this is what this little girl had to go through. And that's where Candace should be, right? That's where she should be, right there. That's where them parents, and Don Wells as well, because, everything he knew, he should have been telling to help his daughter. But instead, they're out here looking like that, right? They're out here looking like that. I don't think for long, but right now, and even if they get to stay looking like this, they'll meet their maker. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Vengeance is mine. Justice will be served no matter what, whether it's served here or in the next life, it'll get served, right? There you go. And right there's the real victim. We cannot forget this. The real victim is that baby. It's that baby. And that's what we're fighting for. And how people can't come together to get shit done and get it done properly, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you can look at this picture and not have a fucking heart in you, this picture here does not make you want to fucking cry, there's something wrong with you. There absolutely, positively is something wrong with you. That little girl standing there because she felt nobody loved her. Absolutely nobody. Look at her. She felt like everybody and everything rejected her in this life. We had a chance to prove to her that it didn't. We had a chance to prove to her that that's not truth. But we failed her by not coming together and getting it done. And that makes me sad. Absolutely makes me sad. He'll make sure he wipes every tear away. All sorrow will be gone. And you'll remember this pain and misery in this earth no more. Fly high, Summer. Fly high, right? God bless her. And here we got another one. His name is Levy. And little Levy was destroyed by his own mother. There she is. There's his good mom, right? Bitch, it really cared. Killed her own baby. She killed her own little boy, along with her nasty-ass boyfriend. He's 17 months old. The autopsy showed that little Levy had multiple blunt force injuries, including contusions, abrasions, lacerations, and spine fracture. The mother there, good old Amanda, and her boyfriend, Prince, abused this child for 17 months. Brutally abused. What can a newborn do to anyone? What does a 6 or 7 month old do to anyone? Or a year old, 15 months old, 17 months old? What the hell could any child under 2 years old do to deserve to be brutally beaten and destroyed like this? I don't know. I don't know. Because in my world, the answer is fucking nothing. I don't live in these people's world. I don't live in their world, and I don't want to. They're fucked up in so many different aspects. I don't understand it and don't ever want to. I just know that people like this deserve everything the law can give them and then some, if you ask me. This child was abused from 2018 until June 1st, or it's from 2013 to June the 1st of 2014 when he died. Finally, the abuse killed him. Finally, their evilness destroyed him forever. That's the story of little Levy, who was a beautiful child that is no more. There he is, another child with the Lord, right? Another child with the Lord. Here's another baby. This baby is also named Levy, believe it or not. This case was in Louisiana. The other one was in Tennessee. This baby was found burned to death. Mom and her girlfriend decided to get rid of the baby. They planned this together, and the girlfriend took this little baby and set it on fire. When law enforcement arrived and they finally did find this baby, it was 90% burned over its whole body. 90% of his whole body, and it was still alive. It died a few hours after arriving at the hospital. They put this baby through hell. Right there. Good people, right? Good people. This is exactly what Cher is defending. This is what she's defending. And this is what people over there are supporting, right? We don't fucking support that. Absolutely not. There's little Levy. And there's another baby in the arms of the Lord. This is another little boy who is missing. They don't know what happened to him. They have no idea. Like Summer, he has not been found. And this is Quinton. This is the case of Quinton, which we are all too familiar with right now, right? Absolutely. Little Quinton, lived with his grandmother, babysitter. They tried to make his life as great as they possibly could, but he had a mom. He had a mother that didn't give a damn, right? A mom that gave him away to the grandma. You don't give your kids away when you want them. If you want them, you don't give them away, right? But she gave them away. And that right there should have been a big red flag for grandma to understand that girl don't want them, don't be leaving them with her, right? Don't trust her. Don't let her around them. But grandma didn't listen. Grandma didn't listen. So little Quinton ended up on October the 5th, missing. Somewhere in the middle of the night, something brutal had to happen because law enforcement, after checking the home, let us all know that they absolutely positively, with the evidence they found, believe that little Quinton was no longer with us. And his mother was 100% the suspect. He's got a older brother that no longer is going to have a little brother to hug like that anymore, right? His older brother will be forever destroyed in the mind, as well as Quinton was destroyed in body, right? And everything that went down on the 5th of October lead law enforcement to believe that this beautiful child was thrown away like garbage, absolutely like trash. It wasn't enough to throw her children away upon the mom, the grandmother, but she had to go a step further and completely throw it away for eternity, right? In a landfill. How fucked up is that? And that's what Cher is aiding and abetting, right? That's what Cher is aiding and abetting. Well, little Quinton lay somewhere, possibly still breathing. We didn't know. We don't know. You know, he could have been alive for a few days after whatever happened. Suffered really bad, like the baby that was burned over 90% of his body, right? He could have been feeling the same type of pain. Well, this bitch is laughing, partying. Grandma's riding a motorcycle around to meet up the party instead of riding around to find this baby, right? Real winning fucking family there. A real winning family, if you ask me. And as you see, this is the atmosphere that the little boy was in. You know, a wannabe fucking rapper. You know, we've seen how selfish, that this Danny is. He has a daughter there and he runs the hell off, right? Left the daughter behind. The fucking coward he is. Piece of shit. You know? He was just a bigot drug head from my understandings, as Leilani was. Just as low life, or he wouldn't have been laying around with her, right? I have no pity on this bastard at all. None. Absolutely not. You know, some people think they're the worst family of all time, right? Oh, my bear. Yeah, Grandma, you didn't get to say goodbye, right? You didn't. He was gone before you knew it, wasn't he? I bet you do wish you had him many times since he's been gone. And I'm sure that you loved him. I'm positive it broke your heart. But I'm going to tell you something, Grandma. You won't ever have this picture again. So keep protecting your fucking daughter. Just an ideal what they were doing. Hotels, big swimming pool. Soft bed. Quentin's bed's a trash dump, right? Where's Quentin's food? Probably, he probably starved to death. She don't give a fuck. You can tell this guy's face. He did not want them kids on him. He didn't want them around him. He's a real winner too, right? He's a real winner. And all he ever says is join the occult. Join the cult. Go look at his shit. Check him out. He's disgusting. And here are the people that's busting their ass and not getting no recognition for. They're getting no recognition for all that they're doing. This law enforcement, both of them look like they want to cry. Both of them look wore out and tired as hell. And people's protesting like they're not doing enough. People need to quit expecting and start respecting. Especially when it comes to this particular case. Because this law enforcement is busting ass. And we should be giving them a hand. We should be giving them yes. Great job. Wonderful. Pat on the back. Because that's what makes them want to work even harder and get things done. Not acting like a fucking asshole. Let's get it right, people. Another child in the arms of Jesus, right? That's his forever home, possibly. Possibly might be there forever. I hope to God they find him. I pray they find him. I think you all should pray as well. Little Quinton's wishing everybody a happy Sunday. 2 children in the arms of God. Playing together now. Their hurt, their pains all over. Here's another one. Little Serenity. Little Serenity as well. Destroyed by her parents, right? Mommy and her boyfriend. And there's Monkey. Nobody knows what happened to Monkey. But, seeing that PG is a truth teller, and I always tell the truth, right? I always tell the truth. And the truth is, I heard Mom not wanting the husband there, or boyfriend. They wasn't married at the time. Matter of fact, she was going to marry him. Probably so she didn't have to turn on him. But Dad wasn't taking a lie detector's test at all. They allow people to believe in their area that, a vehicle that had been cleared in the neighborhood wasn't cleared. And people still worried and scared of that type of vehicle. Sounds kind of like the Wells to me, right? With what a lady got from a recording of this mother, I do suspect the dad. But it's another child that, joined Summer, right? Another child that joined Summer. Forever, on the other side. Here's another baby. This is on the Evelyn Boswell case. the mother destroyed this child as well, right? Just threw it away out in a shed. I mean, she wasn't as bad as Leilani, but she's still bad. There she is. You know, they're taking forever and a fucking day to prosecute this bitch, and there she is, just like Leilani, right? Crying, crying. She didn't do it. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. But you know, they got her ass. Another little baby in the arms of Jesus. That baby's supposed to be here with us, but it's not. Here's another little girl. She was put under a staircase and hidden forever and a day. Luckily, she's not with the Lord. She has been found, and she's safe now. These are the cases we love to hear about, and often we don't get to, right? We don't get to. She's an angel, but she's still an angel on earth. Here's another baby playing out on a playground. Mom said she got in the house for a little bit, came back out, and the little girl was gone. They have not found this little girl. Her dad's a wreck. Another child in the arms of the Lord, right? They come up, don't leave your child for 5 seconds. Somebody might take it. Here is another missing child, Harmony. It's a terrible, terrible story upon her, too. Killed by her own parents. There he is, piece of shit. Piece of shit, supposedly put her in the refrigerator. Who does that? There's this cracked out fucking old lady with her. Real winners there too, right? Another child in the arms of Jesus. And this is a little boy. This is a little boy that his aunt took him out and decided to throw him in the water and just watch him drown, which he did. Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, exactly. And what are children? Loving, kind, caring, truthful. All the things that adults ain't, but should be. Summer's got another child, another brother to play with, right? Another brother. Forever brother. And here is Kylie, another young teenage girl, had a whole life ahead of her. And look at her environment. Take a look at her environment. With friends like that, you didn't need no enemies, right? You didn't need no enemies. They don't find her in the driver's seat, they find her in the trunk, but that shouldn't be suspicious. Right? And instead of, burning candles and praying for this young girl, they have a party. They have a celebration of life. Well, that's great because her life is over, right? Her life is gone. They got to celebrate life, not her. I hope they understand that. And that's another one in the arms and walking with Jesus now. Here's another couple of children, beautiful kids. Mommy and the stepdad destroyed them right there. It's real fucking winners, huh? Even the uncle. The uncle's in on it. The mother and her sick ass old man bury him in a backyard. Right? Viciously killed him and buried him. And then they're in Hawaii dancing. Yes. Rest in peace, JJ and Tylee. Here's another one. This mother's begging for people to help. But so far, they found nothing upon him at all. So, the Rounds case had some good people in it that I believe really did care to try to help find him. But had a lot of bad people in there too, right? Some real assholes. I won't mention no names, but one of them came up here one time, right? No respect for human life at all. It just is what it is. And at the end of the day, these are all the people. Look how many in 17 months. 17 months we've been here. Actually, well, we've only been here a year. Summer's been gone 17 months. Yeah, we've all been involved in her case, but this particular YouTube channel right here we're on right now has only been here. We have been together for just over a year. And look how many children and teens have went and joined the Lord, right? Look how many. Even Xavier came up missing, thrown in a field like a piece of trash, dead. They don't even know who did it, right? I hope they're finding something or someone. And I pray his case is solved as well. He lived in a trailer park with his mother. He helped his mother quite a bit. She will greatly miss him. Now he's gone. But he shouldn't have ever been gone. But as the rest of these people you see upon here with Jesus, evil whisked them away, right? Evilness whisked them away. What are we doing about it? What are we doing? What are we doing to make sure this don't happen again? What are we doing to get justice for all these people? Something needs to change. Something needs to change. These are all the victims. All of those people that you saw, the criminals that did this to these children, to these humans, they are not the victims. They are indeed the evil fucking entities that destroyed all of this. And there's a lot more than this. This is just a handful. This is just a handful of what's up there with Jesus. A handful. So I wanted to bring that out tonight. Share it. Let people to understand that this is why it's so damn important for the laws to be changed. It's so damn important that we stand together. We unite to get things done. Stiffer laws for these criminals that's doing this. protocol when it comes to a missing child. There should be a standard protocol for every law enforcement across our country, that it is treated like a crime scene until it's proven not to be a crime scene anymore at that particular home. I think Georgia did the right thing. They treated it as a crime scene. Whether it was or not, they did. And they got the answers they needed to understand Quinton's no longer with us. And a lot of answers to be able to move forward and prosecute, even if they don't find Quinton. So, with that said, I believe Summer's case could have been wrapped up that quick as well. But they didn't treat it the way Georgia treated that particular Quinton's case. And that's why we're 17 months down the road, you know. Actually, they went in and they destroyed all the evidence with Summer instead of preserving it, as Georgia had preserved Quinton's. So many things we could do. We need to start getting it done. We need to start getting it done. First of all, we need to reform Child Protective Services. It absolutely needs to be reformed. Our law enforcement don't need reformed. Child Protective Services does. Because in almost every case they were involved, and they were in every one of these cases. Child Protective Services, except the school shooting, Child Protective Services was involved and handed those children back to be destroyed the way they were destroyed. So you tell me our system ain't broke? Bullshit. Our system is totally and utterly fucking broken. It's totally and utterly broke. I did want to show everybody what's going to happen to Leilani. There you go. There you go, Leilani. Cher will fucking end up cooking your goose, hon. She will end up cooking your goose, right? With the property of Jody Sue Brown. There you go. That's what I want to let Leilani know. And yes, it does make me laugh. Absolutely. It makes me laugh. All I'm asking, is we keep Quinton in the spotlight, because Cher will work to get him in the dark. And by the time she decides to cook Leilani's goose, like the whales, it'll be so far down the road, law enforcement don't even want to listen to it anymore. Right? That's not going to happen in Quinton's case. We are going to make sure that law enforcement does what needs to be done in this little boy's case. And I believe they already are. I believe they already are, to tell you the truth. Absolutely. Have her flying over Billie Jo's house into the protesters. Yeah. You mean kind of like this accident that I seen her have? There you go. There you go. You guys know that shit right there is funny. I don't care. You guys know that is funny right there. That is Cher arriving at Billie Jo's house. Right? That's Cher. She just arrived. that is that is some funny shit, right? If you guys ain't laughing nothing else tonight, I know you laughed at that. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. That even threw me out of my depression. Right? I just I just went through a lot of sadness with all of these kids. And that right there, we all need it. Right? Hey girl, Texas Brad, good night, love. I love you too. Good night. Absolutely. That is freaking funny as hell. Nobody wanted to miss this one tonight. PG's comedy show. Oh shit. Yeah, sure has arrived. Beep beep. Sorry the tree didn't move. All right. That's some funny shit. Oh damn. Shit. Oh, I get, I, I gotta get it together. I'm so sorry. Oh damn. She is honking the horn. She is honking her horn. It's like beep beep bow. Her teeth went blind and shit. Right? Damn. Uh, oh damn. Yeah, that's a funny one. Oh damn. Oh god. That's right. Yeah. PG's comedy show here. Oh damn. Um, I don't care. That was funny. That was absolutely that is funny as hell. I don't care what anybody says. Billy Joe catch him with her mouth. Billy Joe's gonna hear something knock on the door, open it up, and the other one's gonna fly through. The teeth. And they got there before Cher did. That's some funny shit. I don't care what anybody says. Her bicycle bell. Yeah, ding ding. That is that is so right. That is so right. Yeah, her nose is real flat now, right? She bit the dust. Or at least her teeth are about to. That's funny as hell. Oh God. All right, everybody. I can't help it. She's gonna cook her goose. She's gonna cook Leilani's goose, but end up hitting three. Oh shit. Man, Leilani, you might escape that one, hon. Hey girl, I'm gonna try to make memes every night. It's gonna be like PG's comedy show, right? you know, with what we do, with what everything we do here, we do need we do need a laugh once in a while, I gotta get I gotta get this down, man. I gotta get it down because I can't. I can't sit here and look at that without laughing. I'm sorry. That's funny as fuck, ain't it? That is funny. Shit, I'm gonna be laughing all night over it. I promise. But yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna start making a lot more into funny memes because we need it. We absolutely need it. So I think we did good tonight. I think we covered a lot of ground. Um, Don getting out. I think we covered a lot of ground with Quinton and you know how Cher is going to fuck it all up like she did Summer, but we're not going to let that happen, right? We ain't letting that shit happen at all. No, we're not. No, we're not, Cher. Not here. Not here, girl. You're a piece of shit. You've always been a piece of shit. You always will be a piece of shit. You know, you're just a piece of shit. And you lost your own kids. But why would anyone think you could help somebody else's? You fucking couldn't help your own. You dumbass. You're fucked up. You're just fucked up. We know what you're out here for, and it ain't the children. You're trash. Absolute trash. Benny Keys, I'm going to tell you something about Benny. Benny's not the best. He's not the best person in the world. Absolutely not. But he's fucking better than Cher. I can give you that. Because I think Benny really does, feel guilty. I think he does feel guilty. At some points. I think God does work on Benny a little bit. I think God was really working on him there for a while. And but they're all in for it for the wrong reason. And they will have to answer to God for that. They really will. PG's too afraid of God to be in anything for any reason but the right reason. If it ain't for the right reason, I don't want nothing to do with it. And that's the truth. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't join sides because both sides seem to have the devil on it at certain times. What I'm saying is I don't take side with the protesters up there right now in Georgia. I don't take sides with Leilani and this family as well. Neither one will I take sides with because both have the entity of evilness in it. And I don't like evilness. It's just what it is. You got to stick with God. You ain't got God, you ain't got nothing. If you want to be on the right side, that's the only way to be there. Sometimes you have to walk alone. But it's better to walk alone in righteousness than to be in a pack of evilness. We need to remember that. Anyway, I can't be pumping that up no more. Because that gets me out of the slump. Right? People start thinking PG got bipolar. Up and down, you know? With my feelings. Oh, PG sad. Then pop this up. Oh, damn. It's all sadness gone. That's some funny shit right there. I don't care what anybody say. That was funny as hell. And don't forget, trick or treat at Jody Sue's. People live here. He got some he got some old fruit out of that trash can, probably. If you don't want that, she probably put you some roadkill. She probably get you some roadkill and the recipe on how to cook it. Right? There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of kids sitting down. Their parents trying to drag them up that hill. Oh, shit. She's a trailer boy. She's a trailer park witch waiting for Hansel and Gretel. 2022. Hansel and Gretel. Shit. No candy house, just whole bag of, a big bag of fruit. A big old bowl of fruit. You, you ain't going to. A trailer park witch waiting for Hansel and Gretel. Okay. We need to make that into a storybook, right? We need to turn that shit into a storybook. Oh, God. I gotta get off of here because I'm gonna freaking die laughing. That's the truth. That shit's funny as hell. Oh, God bless. Shit. You mean to tell us we can't go to Jody's and get candy? Let's just hope she ain't got none for Andy. Just stop it. Yeah, she gonna have some of that good shit Andy was giving to Candace. Candace probably already got some, right? He probably got some already. Ooh, children's coming in. Get in here, Donnie. The kids are gonna be coming. And put some of that shit in her stuff. Inject the Snickers with fentanyl. That's the truth. Oh, shit. She's like, Andy's out right now. He's out right now trying to get all the people he can up there, right? You know y'all want some of this. It's trick or treat tomorrow. Now you have kids now. I don't want to go. Come on, quit being scared. And kid break loose and run back down the hill. Kids got more sense than their parents, right? Oh, damn. Oh, God. Yeah. Hey, girl, absolutely. You're always welcome. Come up on panel. Go up here and hang out with PG. We have a PG comedy night. We be looking at all this stuff. That is hilarious. Leilani, Leilani, you might have escaped this when that happened. There you go, girl. There you go. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it together. I am trying hard to get my shit together. I can't. One too many brownies, right? That's funny. Oh my God. All right. I gotta get that on my face. I got to. Oh, I'll be rolling all the rest of the night. All right. I gotta stop it. Yeah, stop it. Somehow I gotta stop. Judy's doing a rotten beggar for. Oh, shit. I promise you, it looks like it really looked like well she would be doing too, right? That shit cracks me up. I can't help it. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta calm down. I gotta get some sleep too. This was a really good night. I appreciate everybody, everyone, all of y'all, all this coming here, all of my mods. You guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome. Supporting this channel, supporting these missing children. God bless. And everybody else that's here and, making time for these babies. God bless. God bless. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I want to thank you for Summer and Monkey and all of these kids that we are little Quinton, all of these babies that are missing and we're covering. I know if they were here, they'd want to thank you as well. They really would. So don't give up on hope on these kids. Don't give up no hope on these kids. Keep praying that God brings each case to light, and that these evil entities that's doing these things to destroy our children, let us pray that God lets our law give them everything they deserve and then some. Right? Let's hope that they meet their maker through law enforcement. A lot of these people, I truly believe a lot of them do, and I'm not for lethal injection. I want to let people know I'm not for death penalty at all. But I think a lot of these fuckers deserve it. I believe a lot of these evil bastards, if that's what it's going to take to get people to quit doing this to our children, it may be what we will have to resort to, right? Automatic. You kill a child, automatic, no pass go. Lethal injection, you're done. If that's what it takes, we got to do something, man, to start saving these babies. We got to do something to try to get law and order back in order, right? And it all starts with us bonding together as one. We got to bond together as one again. Our nation has got to come together again and start standing for everybody, not somebody, but for everybody, especially these babies. As I ask every night, please, please, please keep those prayers going up. Don't lose faith. Hold on to it. God is listening. I know He will answer. Just give Him a chance. You know, we don't tell God what to do. He does it on His time. And He will get it done. He will. I know this. Keep faith. Keep those prayers going up. Summer, for Quinton, for all of these kids and the ones we don't even know about that's being abused and hurt and these kind of things are being done to. Let us pray for them all. Pray for one another as well. There's a lot of people, you know, in our chat that need prayer, especially my sweet Norway and some of the other people here. I always see people that need prayer. The lady that came up on panel tonight said her son was sick at one point and she knew prayer was what's going to help him. God bless. So keep those prayers going up from our lips to God's ears. I know He's hearing us. He will answer. And as I said, pray for one another. Know that PG's always, always praying for you. I'm always praying for all. I don't pray for somebody. I pray for everybody. Good night, everybody. God bless. I surely would appreciate the blue hearts going up for Quinton, purple hearts going up for Summer, because I'm about to play out their song. And I want God to know how much we love them, we care about them. God sees all. Let Him see those purple and blue hearts going up for these babies as their song plays out tonight. God bless everybody. Good night.